repetitively denied. I understand Travis Bloom is an idiot. I understand that, fully understand that. He holds a good heart.
Fabricating fictitious government you ever seen.
My little brother used to run to mother and say, "Mom, BB hit me." BB was my sister. He used to say, "BB hit me." Mom would say, "Well, my lovely young man, where are the marks to prove such?" Well, my mom, show me the marks. He could not show any marks. Mother would say, "I can't tell where the marks are." True story.
And the evidence is going to show that law enforcement tampered with evidence to meet their such high burden of proof.
While I'm waiting for this, did you, whether it's true or not, believe that Mr. Randolph had slept with your wife?
I wouldn't have cared.
You wouldn't have cared?
No.
Did you believe he had slept with your wife?
No.
Did you believe he slept with your mother-in-law?
Probably did. Everybody has.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
So that
Everybody has.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are, whoever you are, and what, if any, you might be. And look at how lucky we are. Mo is returning in all her glory to the channel.
Well,
Not
thanks for
really
being
knowing much about the trial, but we will probably have some time because it's Massachusetts. Time is relative, just like evidence, facts, and anything else.
Yes. Oh, wait. It looks like we have. Oh, for the love of Cheetos. I cannot be this bad at this. Yes, I
You've
can.
only been a streamer for 3 years, so one day you will learn.
Well, that's why Baker rules and I'm me.
So the feed is somehow live. Last time it took them half an hour to get, but now we have the feed going. So we can keep an eye on it if something happens. Mo, do you know anything about the case?
So I did a very quick, Marissa was really great and she sent me an article. So I kind of understand the broad strokes, but I guess I have a couple questions. Did Kelsey and her partner have like a history of a bad or volatile relationship before the protective order and that kind of thing?
Well, I just did the rundown videos where I looked at everything in it, like I did with the Karen Reed case as well. According to him, she might have been a little feisty. And according to some prior boyfriends, he had at one time called one and said, "You don't have to study for the police exam because I know what will happen." Okay? Did he report that to anyone? No. Another boyfriend said she wouldn't accept a breakup, so she trapped him in his Jeep and he had to destroy her dashboard to get out of the car. And this is the worst part, Mo. Can you please grab onto your everything? When she was 20 years old, she had a drinking while minor conviction. She pled guilty to a drinking while minor. She have had some charges of being disruptive
Isn't it
in
against the law to be sober in Massachusetts, given every trial we've had thus far from there?
It's I thought that you need the BAC has to be 0.08 before you're allowed to legally drive in Massachusetts. But she have had some charges against her for being disruptive and kicking a cop, and she said to someone she spat at a police officer twice. None of that kept her from becoming a police officer. So there's no history other than him. To To the contrary, he also have drug convictions. And even though it's illegal in Massachusetts because of the insurance way it is, you are not allowed to even vape. They have him on video cameras 277 times smoking what we presume is weed. She has him doing Adderall and acid as well. Elaine Burris, thank you so much for $50 a pingo. Thank you for all you do, Baker, working and lurking over here. Justin and his family are POSs. Kelsey needs her baby and baby needs mama. Mo, you would have known this. Marissa got me the phone calls with the police yesterday. In one of them, you can hear the baby cry. You know that the seeking noise when okay, now I will begin dripping in 2 minutes because this is the noise that babies make. When I heard it, I was just,
and you can tell those different cries. I mean, again, if from what I was reading in the article, if this was really that she was struggling with postpartum depression,
she was cleared from postpartum.
Oh, she was?
She had just been at the police station the same day retaking her CPR class and was allowed to return to active duty. She was supposed to come back to active duty 5 days later. In one of the phone calls, they talked to Lieutenant Whitaker and says, did she notice anything? No, I didn't want to do anything to make her cause a scene. That's before they obtained a restraining order. Justin's family is connected in some way.
That's what I was kind of getting between the lines, because I've seen on Twitter or X, whatever we call it, all of the video of him breaking into her house, and I'm still astonished, again, as kind of someone who doesn't know all the things, that he's not being held to the standard she was as far as, intrusive things. And you would think if he truly needed medication or something for the child, that the police could facilitate him getting into the property to get that without causing destruction to the property.
And again, the police tells him, yeah, it's okay. You live there. No, he filed a restraining order, said he moved out on the 27th, which is weird because they were at a bachelor party on the 28th. The weekend was 27, 28, 29. That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Something happens at the bachelor party. According to a witness, Justin has been acting weird all day. According to Justin, Kelsey had been way too drunk. Again, she had given birth 4 months ago. She probably did the pump and dump, and now mama's going to have her Julio on. And she was like, hey, come in, do a strip for me, something. Maybe she was trying to get him to act less strange. And isn't it a good thing if you want your man to... I don't know. I haven't been with a man in a long time.
I just learned that Mr. Mo gets the biggest smile on his face. He went to Sherman-Williams, the paint store, and bought for $14 one of those paint fans. He has just been happy as a clam for the last 2 hours, just looking at paint colors. Well, as I said, I'd have never picked that. So marriage is weird.
Anime, just put in, you can put in the popcorn. The Gives and Go is on the QR code. Yes, anyone, there's a QR code if you want to contribute to Kelsey's Gives and Go. There's also the new popcorn. They made it again, so if you want to buy some popcorn and support Kelsey, I don't have the affiliate link that, I know there's some skincare products for you ladies that will also give a percentage to Kelsey, but you'll have to go and ask Emily C. for that one because I don't have that. Look at this face, like I do skincare. So, yeah. Big and Marissa were internet favorites yesterday with the recording. So many flowers were given. Great team. Well, it's what all of this is about. It's about helping, sharing. Oh, by the way, go check out Mo's channel. If you don't know her, we did the Karen Reed trial together. I believe that cakes can always get bigger. I know a lot of people
Yes.
think, no, we'll just have a bigger piece. No, if you just have a bigger cake, your piece will automatically get bigger. And that's why I think I sent the recordings to 7 or 8 different creators yesterday, and I know Aiden was showing my stupid takes on it. This is what YouTube should be about when we're trying to raise awareness about a case. You
Yeah.
should try and help people out.
Absolutely. I felt bad because Baker's got a much more. I kind of stayed for the Karen Reed trial and the Karen trial, and I wasn't going to be here for the retrial. But Baker has stayed here, and he, he finds these cases that really need a light, and yeah, working together, him bringing me in and kind of filling me in on this case has been great because, once you start to look at the details, there is something wrong here. And
Yeah,
it doesn't take.
you just did the helicopter.
Yeah.
If you go into it, you will be so disappointed in what the police did. Thank you, Sarah B. Creative for becoming a member. That
Clarinet or an oboe?
or maybe it's a ninja sword. Maybe she's a secret ninja.
Oh, it could be too.
That's the new thing. Sarah is a ninja. The beauty products are from Bay Harbor Beauty. Highly recommended. Check them out.
Oh, it's a sword.
That's what I said. He is a ninja. Made in 4 months. Thank you, Breaker, for being a wonderful example for us. Well, it's how I started. That's how I got my start. People giving me a chance. And I like that if you need a link or if you need a recording, why not share it? Because some people don't like me. My style is not for everyone. I know that. They would rather watch with Mo or with Melanie Little or Ronkel. Why not help them
Yeah.
have the product that somebody else wants?
And thank you so much.
Iris,
And
3 babies.
it's nice to see other perspectives. I often find myself watching your takes on stuff, like on trials that I don't have all the time to watch. And I don't know if 2026, but 2026 does know that there are like at least a couple more months. It feels like we've tried to shove a whole year's worth of trial in just the first 3 months.
But it's been some big cases, and the thing is, this one isn't a big case. This is a very simple case. Did she pull out a firearm and do this or do that? Because if she did this, then I know that technically the law says any brandishing in front of an officer, yada, yada, yada. But you have to have intent to hurt that officer. If she really did this, that could be a problem. It's a he said, she said. But if she said that, actually, Massachusetts, the law say an officer is not allowed to hurt someone who's trying to hurt themselves.
Were there any body cams? I know this is a crazy question.
It's Massachusetts.
Well, now she did have security camera footage. Was that all taken down during the time that this happened, or was that security footage going?
That's the question. We haven't seen it other than the break-in and when the cops arrived to take her baby. Those are the only two from her entranceway. Funny thing, when he breaks into her house, he destroys the security system because he's there to get his stuff, which means that he's there to destroy the security system because, and take her laptop and use that laptop to, they have a joint account, so you can't really argue that because there's $5,000 in it that his grandmother put in for the baby, yada, yada. He's allowed to take them out. But he also goes in and cancels their wedding trip or their honeymoon and allegedly transfers those funds to his own account. If she has paid for them, and he takes that money. That's probably a little bit of a problem with the banks. That's federal, baby. He goes in and checks her medical history. That's a HIPAA violation, if I understand HIPAA.
Yeah.
He steals her social security card and I believe her birth certificate as well. Returns it later. But why did he need that?
Again, from a casual observer, Kelsey seems to have, some normal, like, growing up relationship issues, but her ex is actually displaying increasingly hostile kind of escalation and harassment. Now, can she get a protective order from him now, or it, uh, yeah,
That's a good old question. Hey, Will, how are you doing this fine morning? Yeah, the passport, he also took the passport, took the passport, the laptop, the dad took the social security for safekeeping. Okay, yeah, but he took her, he did take her passport as well.
Is she a big traveler? I mean, did he think she was going to be a flight risk?
At this point, she is in a coma with bullet fragments in her lung, with a punctured diaphragm and broken ribs. Oh, by the way, Mo, you haven't gone into the deep end of this. When she then gets out, she is put out on bail. She has to use a scram device because there's no alcohol involved in this incident, but of course she has to blow into a scram device. That's Judge Noonan. Yeah, she was in condo. And then they go back the next day, a couple of days later, say, she has a couple of broken ribs and a damaged diaphragm. Could we change the scram device to something that doesn't require her breathing? This judge, when they apply for that change of conditions, she goes to the RO and asks if she's following the conditions. She's not allowed to do that. She never tells the defense. She never tells the state that she does her own investigation. Highly, highly improper.
Absolutely.
Then she goes and throws Kelsey in prison for not following bail conditions, even though the only reason they are there is to ask, can we change it so she can piss in a cup or she can wear a bracelet or whatever? We were saying we'll crowdfund paying for a scram device so she doesn't.
Absolutely, yeah.
He chucked her in prison.
They post-surgical with. I am very glad to be welcomed into a community that's shining a light on this because that's ridiculous. Now, is the new judge any better?
Yes, he changed. She is out on bail. Then they asked to modify it so she can get her own home, and he said, "Well, sure, you just have to have random checks at your house, and then it's okay. You still have to wear the GPS and have the rules that you have to inform whenever you go somewhere. But that means she can now go to probate and say, because there was a rule also imposed, she was not allowed in any way to contact Justin about the kid in no order. He couldn't go to probate and ask to have any custody or any supervised visit or anything with the kid. She wasn't allowed to get FaceTime with the kid. He removed that. He seems way more human, if you can say it that way. But in the same time, I saw a docket update, and it might be a mistake, but it listed Kathy Newman again, and we don't want her back because they filed a motion to recuse her because of this ex parte crap she was doing. And then, she was taken off the case. She had other cases, so we don't have to look into it. If we just close our eyes, it's
oh my goodness, I'm a dingus. Yes, we are live. I am so sorry, you guys.
Just hit live. It's way easier. Just hit the live button down in the left corner, saying live. Live. No, right. I'm
Okay.
pointing at it on my screen. This one.
All right. Go back. Or is it just the box? Show.
This is Kelsey Fitzsimmons in the black. And this is Courtney. You can just
And I
skip
do
ahead
have
till
it
something
boosted.
happens. Just skip
But I
ahead.
can raise it up if you need.
Let's skip ahead till something happens.
For Lawrence Superior Court, the Honorable Justice Jeff Karp presiding. Calling the criminal matter of Commonwealth versus Kelsey Fitzsimmons, 2025, 77 CR 311, scheduled today for a trial readiness conference. Could counsel please identify themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. James Cooper, Associate on behalf of the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Marina Moriarty for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Your Honor. Timothy Brady on behalf of Counsel Fitzsimmons.
Good morning, Your Honor. Martha Cooley on behalf of Kelsey Fitzsimmons.
Good morning, Mr. Fitzsimmons. You folks can have a seat.
And if I may, Judge, I have Ms. Healy with me, where she stays at counsel.
Yeah, I'm sorry, her name again?
Ms. Healy, Courtney Healy, our paralegal.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Can you boost it more?
Okay, so we're on to,
I have
really on to discuss the
boosted
jury
it
questionnaire, the
as much
draft
as I can with 2
questionnaire
boosters.
I emailed you folks on Friday. I did have some preliminary questions. If you don't mind, I think these are fairly quick. So let me just ask about trial readiness. Are both sides ready to begin impanelment on Monday and then start the trial the morning after we get our 14th juror?
Yes. Okay. Judge, on that point, I don't want to waste a lot of the court's time. So just a suggestion is, could we do the rest of the housekeeping matters, take a quick break, and then put the questionnaire to the end? Because we may not do it. It may be a moot point.
Okay. I actually, that's one, you're ahead of me on my agenda because I was going to, let me just skip to that item, right? What you're speaking about. So what I was going to say, mention to you is that I believe at the last hearing you mentioned, Mr. Bradle, the possibility of Ms. Fitzsimmons waiving her right to a jury trial.
Yes.
And what I was going to say to you, and we'll give you some time, we'll take a break and give you some time to talk about it. But what I was going to mention to you is that I really want to, it appears to me that the law, both the statute and the rule, give me some discretion as to whether I would grant the waiver. And the only reason I would, well, let me just tell you my thinking is I would like to.
There's no way to add closed captions. It's a live stream.
70-ish jurors in on Monday, if it's going to be a waiver. So what I was going to say to you is I would need a decision by Friday, but it sounds as though maybe you'll want to talk with your client.
Can you mute? Can you pause for a second?
We were going to have to take like 5 minutes.
Yes.
Mo and I will keep quiet, and then you can turn up your audio at home because audio is absolutely horrendous. I have it turned up 3 times as high as I normally listen to anything. So we will keep quiet.
And pause if if Baker needs to add anything. If he just raises his finger, I will be watching.
Yes. So please adjust your speakers at home. The audio is really low for me.
Yeah, it is for me too. I've got it on Sound Booster 1000.
When we get to that point, you'll take as much time as you need. All right, a couple other quick things. So the trial, we're trying to coordinate having the trial be held in courtroom 2 on the 2nd floor, just to accommodate more audience and media members than we can fit in this courtroom because, as an example, the camera that is set up is actually, I think, either in the jury box or just too close for comfort. So our hope is that the trial will occur, whether it's bench or jury, down in the courtroom number 2. We are still working on some logistics at our end, and you folks, especially the Commonwealth, may have some logistics that you'll need to go over with Mr. Ruane. If the logistics cannot be overcome, then they can't be overcome. But at least that would be my preference, is to have a bigger courtroom and a larger courtroom than this here. All right, so that's that. And also, I will need, if there's going to be a juror questionnaire, I'm still missing Dr. Zeisel's address, which used to be in Brookline. I'm assuming, is he still in Brookline?
That's another development, Judge. We're actually not going to call Dr. Zeidel.
Okay, all right, but, so would well, we'll get to it later. I'll also need, when and if we get to it, I need an address for Charles DeChara. Is that Commonwealth's witness or the?
No, it's the defense put him on there, but I'm working on that, actually.
You're working on the address?
Yeah.
But it's a defense witness?
It was an independent investigation that was done by the Los Angeles Police, and they created a report.
Oh.
I wasn't gonna call him, he put him on the witness list, but I think I probably have better quote-unquote connections to get an address, so.
Yeah, just the town or the name of the business or something sooner than later. All right, so those were the only 2 items that I missed. And by the way, I did take out Ms. Fitzsimmons as being listed as a witness. So you're going to actually see on the next version that in order to save me having to renumber, I just put number 20 intentionally omitted. There's no reason to, and I know why you did it, both sides did it, but there's no reason to put Ms. Fitzsimmons. There's going to be plenty of questions about knowledge about Ms. Fitzsimmons and the case, that her name won't be necessary on there. A couple other questions. One is on the scram device. Is that probation?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
hi, how are you?
Good.
Do you mind just stating your name for the record?
Yes, Your Honor. Probation Officer Tony Kidder.
Okay, and Officer Kidder, well, everyone, let me just think out loud for a moment. I'm concerned, or should I be concerned, that Ms. Fitzsimmons is going to be alerted during the trial to blow into a scram device? Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, I did speak to my supervisor in regards to the scram earlier this morning, and I was going to contact electronic monitoring to make sure that it did not go off during the time that she was in the courthouse.
Okay. All right, I don't know what I don't know, and all I know about the scram device is what the probation officer at the last hearing told me about. So I just want to make sure, I'm sure that you folks are out in front of this, but let's just make sure that it's not visible to jurors or, and that she hasn't seen lugging it around or going into it in the courthouse. It's still a small courthouse, right? So the probation can do something to shut it off during the court proceedings. That would be great. Actually, better yet, during the time when Ms. Fitzsimmons will be near or in this building, and again, near even coming from parking, I just don't want to take a chance that a juror is going to, potential juror is going to see her blowing into the screen.
Yes, Your Honor, I will make sure.
All right. All right, and then the last thing is, so I'm already thinking about jury instructions, whether it's jury instructions or whether it's instructions to myself. And so there's 2 theories of assault, right? Or 2 ways of assault can be committed. An attempted battery, a threatened battery. Is this one, the other, or both? Or what is
Both.
this? Both. Just that's all I wanted to know whether you did. Okay. So really, I don't have anything else. There is Commonwealth filed a motion. So is that something that you want to do before we break? Does that make sense?
Yeah, the Commonwealth filed a motion to eliminate on Friday, I believe, or over the weekend, sorry. The Commonwealth filed a motion to eliminate, seeking to admit a number of text messages between the defendant and her fiance, Mr. O'Layan. The text messages that we received to introduce span the day of the shooting, so just the day of.
I'm sorry, just let me interrupt, all right? So just setting it up for the record, so you're referring to paper 82, which is the Commonwealth's motion to eliminate to admit the defendant's text messages from the day of the assault. I did have some trouble reading them, but then I was given a better copy. But let me just ask, just yes or no, Mr. Bradle, is there an objection to the motion?
There is, right?
Okay, all right, so now I'll hear you. Thank you.
So the Commonwealth suggests that the one thing that I think everyone can agree upon in this case is that the defendant's state of mind on June 30th, 2025 is the most relevant issue before the jury. And what more insight into the defendant's state of mind on the question can we get than her text messages with Mr. O'Layan? I would suggest the Commonwealth is not seeking to admit over the weekend, over a period of time, but literally it is from the morning of June 30th through the afternoon, approximately sometime after 2 o'clock on June 30th. I would suggest that generally they're not particularly prejudicial, but they are relevant because they show that she is angry, upset, at times despondent, and clearly having a conflict with Mr. O'Layan, and this is prior to the service of the restraining order by the Northeast Florida Police.
So your theory is they show what? Anger? What else?
They show her state of mind. And
No, I know that, but you gave me a laundry list of what the state of mind you say can be gleaned from these.
From a Commonwealth perspective, she's angry at Mr. O'Layan for not. Mr. O'Layan has clearly is not at the house, has separated from her for a period of time, and she is angry and is trying to get him to come back to the house and trying to reconcile. So I would suggest that that is consistent with the Commonwealth theory that this shooting happened when the defendant heard Mr. O'Layan.
Shooting happened.
The defendant raising her gun towards Patrick Noonan, and Patrick Noonan, in response, shooting the defendant happened at the time when Mr. O'Layan was in the house.
Okay, so I'm sorry, are you saying that it's the Commonwealth's theory that Miss Fitzsimmons heard Mr. O'Layan in the house and then reacted to it, or?
That's one of the Commonwealth theories, yes. And I think the testimony would be something to the effect of the defendant said, keep him away.
Baker, can I ask a question?
Jesus Christ.
Like in this exchange in the bedroom or near the bedroom or.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just need to turn it from 40 down to 20.
Sorry. If the state is claiming that she was afraid of someone breaking into her house, wouldn't it be a natural reaction for a police officer to take their forcible?
That's not their claim. They claim that she shot Noonan because she was mad Justin was in the house, even though, according to every testimony, she knew Justin was in the house.
We're going to be tracking cats through snow, aren't we?
It's Massachusetts.
Alrighty.
And everyone, just before everyone says, well, Mo had it up for a second. No, it was court that turned it up a little bit, and then it went back down again. Mo hasn't touched anything since we started.
No, it seemed like he leaned closer into the mic and then pushed it really far away from him. So
Yeah.
we will keep quiet. We will try to warn you when we're going to talk.
Whatever. Yeah. All right. I'm sorry, anything else?
No, I would just suggest that it's certainly more probative than prejudicial if you just look at the text. There's nothing particularly outrageous in the text, but it does go to show her state of mind.
So, and how would these be admitted? They'd be admitted in this format?
Yes.
Like just, and how are they, how did the Commonwealth obtain these?
The Commonwealth prepped Mr. O'Layan on Friday, and he provided them to the Commonwealth on Friday. So they'll be provided, they'll be authenticated through Mr. Lyon. He would explain that he received them on his phone, and that this is a very accurate depiction of the screenshots he took from his phone of the text messages he had that day with the defendant.
And is this all of the text messages that they exchanged on that day, or is this a portion of them?
Nope, that is, from that day, that is all.
All right, and the other thing that if we can just flag it and we'll circle back, is that I provisionally impounded, so I was out on Monday when this was filed, I believe, and I provisionally impounded the motion and the exhibit being text messages because I saw that Mr. Brado had requested it in an email or something, so I just want to, because it's provisional, I want to discuss how we do that. All right, and all right, so let me hear from Mr. Brado.
Thank you, Judge. So evidence has to have a rational tendency to prove a proposition in the case for relevancy, and it's not a rational connection to say that because Kelsey was supposedly mad at Justin on this day, that she's going to shoot her colleague from North Andover. It's like if I'm mad at Charlie from Mass Live for reporting, and then I run into the law girls later on, I'm not going to do anything bad to the law girls because I'm mad at Charlie.
You must be the law girl. I am not on social media or any of that. So
You know,
don't assume I know who the folks are, but welcome. And you referred to another member of the media?
Yes, this is the law girls. They have their own blog. And it's just a rational thing. I mean, it's just, this just opens the door to the Justin stuff that is completely irrelevant to whether or not she assaulted Noonan in the bedroom when it was just the two of them. There's no relevance to it, to this charge. And there is prejudice, there is unfair prejudice to show that she's in a fight with her boyfriend. Nobody wants to be judged on that, Proposition A, when Proposition B is completely different, that we're here for trial on. So I just don't see the connection. Her state of mind about Justin is not her state of mind about Noonan. And there's just no possible rational tendency in terms of relevance that because she's mad at some totally different guy, that she's going to hurt her colleague and friend from work.
Well, here's the thing, is perhaps I need to do a analysis under Rule 403, but I mean, it's relevant in the sense that the Commonwealth has to prove intent. It is a general intent, and it's also relevant because I think that Ms. Fitzsimmons has put her state of mind somewhat at issue because there's information, at least that I've heard, that that if she had the gun, she didn't point it at the officer, she pointed it at herself because of her mental state. So wouldn't this be evidence, again, just not for the truth, but for just to show her her mental state at the time of the incident?
So my strategy on that, and I'm happy to share it, is just that there's enough from the content of the restraining order that without having to open the door to mini trials about who was right between her and Justin, and what are they fighting about, and what's going on, and what are the details of that. She just received a restraining order that said, as I said the other day, I won't go into it again, all the things that order implied were horrible, tragic, and awful. And that prompted her to have a sad, brief moment of intent to self-harm. And thankfully it didn't happen.
Let me say this. I read these text messages, and I arguably thought that they helped you, frankly, because
Sure.
I know that the Commonwealth sees anger in them, and yeah, I think it could show that, but
I agree.
But they also arguably show, it's what they don't discuss, I guess, I'll just leave it at that.
And that's my point, Judge, is that it's opening doors. It's like opening more doors about this when we're not intending on opening that door. And, you know, I don't want to have that thing where, oh, well, this helps us, but then that might hurt us, and then this might help us, and then we're having a mini trial about Justin versus Kelsey.
But Mr. Brado, with all due respect, you folks put Mr. Allen front and center. Maybe you changed your mind about that. It sounds like maybe in the last year and a half you have, which you have a right to do that, obviously, but he's been pretty prominent, and their relationship has been pretty prominent from the defense's perspective, from what I've heard, right, and seen.
So if I can speak to that, I don't need to talk about it.
No, go ahead.
Sorry. So Judge, we have to play both sides of that street because the government is pushing that. The government wanted to put, you saw that prior motion limited where they had these 4 things that are like, you know, this is judgment day for Kelsey's entire life. You know, the government wanted to open this case up to Justin and Kelsey and what happened in Maine and all this other stuff, you know, and I think the government's backed off of that, but the government started that fight and I have to match it. I have to be ready if, out of an abundance of caution, if the government was going to go down that road, I got to be ready. So that's, you know, the Justin stuff has to be vetted, and I have to be ready if he's called and if he is a witness. You know, I have to be ready on both sides. My preference is that we have an economic trial here, where, you know, the issue is Kelsey gets this restraining order full of horrible nightmares. She acts accordingly on it. The government puts their case in, we put our case in, and the fact finder decides. You know?
So, but don't these text messages help your client show that? Because I'm not, again, listen, the Commonwealth, you know your case, both sides. I only know what little I know from the file.
Sure.
But when I read these, yes, maybe there is anger, maybe you could say that, but there's also an absence of any concern for her mental well-being by Mr. Allen, any really any comments made by Ms. Fitzsimmons that would lead one to believe that she was suffering emotionally at this time, which would, so I guess that's part of the analysis of when I'm doing the 403 analysis is on the prejudice to the defendant. I'm not sure that I see a lot, but I can tell you this is that there is one passage in here that I thought I saw that where he said something about her allegedly hitting him or something, and
It's on the first page, Your Honor, the 4th bubble on the right.
So I give you a proffer on that, and so I appreciate what you're saying, Judge, about on its face, the general gist of those text messages would help in the sense of the distraught mindset. However, if that's where it sits, I can live with that in terms of but we'll talk about the hitting thing. But I'm looking at this like, I feel like the government's going to try to say that this opens more doors. And I don't want to go down this road of like going down, you know, Justin versus Kelsey and everything in Kelsey's past going back to 2 other ex-boyfriends. Like, that's where I want to guard against.
Commonwealth said 2 hearings ago, this is a simple case. You said at last hearing, and it will be a simple case, but it's still simple in the sense of what happened in the bedroom.
Right.
And it seems to me that what Ms. Fitzsimmons was thinking at the time is absolutely relevant. And then her state of mind and the hours leading up to it would be relevant too. And again, let me say this. I'm making an observation about what I say that they could arguably help the defense or hurt the Commonwealth, but that's only because, again, when I'm weighing the potential prejudice to the defendant and the probative value, that's all I'm really getting at under 403.
So Judge, if I could just invite the court to just focus on that one bubble about the hitting in terms of the 4-3. And that's really all I'd be concerned about.
So
Because there's more to the story, of course.
All right, so let me just, in Commonwealth, what would you say if that was redacted? So that bubble and just,
I just think the first sentence of that would be fine to redact, but I do think that the second sentence is not about what you can leave anymore. We need to be the best parents possible, and I cannot do that in the house at this time. I think that's all.
so Mr. Brady, I don't know if you've heard that. So the Commonwealth is suggesting that. All right, so let me just back up. So my ruling is that the probative value of these, generally speaking, of the proposed exhibit outweighs any, really almost any prejudice, potential prejudice to the defendant, except that the devil is in the details as to some of the content, and that one of those items being this particular passage where Mr. A. Ellen is alleging that Ms. Fitzsimmons struck him in the face, even though she denies it right there in the response. So the Commonwealth is suggesting we simply just redact the first two sentences of the bubble of Mr. Elaine's text about that.
Should that be agreeable to the thank you.
And so that would, and the rest of that would come in starting with, it is not about what you need anymore?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And if you folks remind me at the time that I can tell the jury that it's common that things are redacted or struck from items just in case it's somehow visible that, in other words, if the jurors can glean that something's been removed, I'm happy at the request of either side to tell them why, which is basically I rule that wasn't missing.
And Judge, also while we're on these, I would waive the request for impoundment.
Okay, waive the request for impoundment.
Correct.
So let's talk about impoundment. What's the Commonwealth? I'm just concerned about jurors. Knowing, but I don't know.
Your Honor, this is, I do not see a good faith reason for the Commonwealth to ask for this to be impounded, given the nature of what is in the public already.
Okay, all right, so both sides say it shouldn't be impounded, so I'm gonna vacate the, and I'll do this, Mr. Wayne, in an endorsement, but I'll vacate the provisional impoundment of that. What I'd like to do is this, Commonwealth. So I have two versions. One's a vertical and one's a horizontal. Is that right? Is that the way to explain it?
Yes,
so
I think the first version was too small really to do anything.
So can we just give this back to you and then you can shred it, and this will be this landscape, right? That's the landscape? Okay.
And that's exhibit 1 to the
landscape will be the official exhibit. It will, and it can be docketed in the normal course. Public made, sorry, docketed to the public docket. All right, and I'll have to also endorse. I will endorse it that I'm allowing it subject to that revision. So just. And all right, so do you folks want to take a break for a few moments? Okay, all right, we'll do that. Just let Mr. Ruin know. And you folks are.
All rise, please.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone turn your audio devices down because they are going on a break. You just skip to live now.
Okie dokie. And
Yes. Yep.
ooh, shoe cam.
Oh, big pics. Everyone, before we go any further, please go over and show Mo some love for carrying the feed today, because without her we wouldn't be able to do this. So please go over and like and subscribe to Mo as well, because she is the reason we can get this.
And if you are looking for a place to start your mornings at 8 a.m., I give you the headlines you need without the politics you don't, the true crime cases that may turn into the trial watches that we watch, and the absurd I find from all over the internet. So at 8 a.m. Eastern time every morning on the weekdays. And then I run my own trials. I just got done with the Corey Richins trial. And now I'm glad to be over here and learning about this trial.
Yeah, and we're not going to play the hot mics, because hot mics is a problem that could actually lose us the access to courtrooms in the future if the judge find out that there are hot mics going on, because it's upon the cameraman to turn off the microphone every time the court is not in session. So it's very deliberate. I talked over it. But
now, I will say that just having kind of parachuted into this, my channel name is Mo in the Deep End, and thank you guys for asking, and I appreciate you guys giving me a chance. I will say that Kelsey, again, from an outside observer, looks very poised, calm, and I know I wouldn't be, especially with any of my kiddos on the line. So I think that will play well if she is entertaining taking a jury trial, especially with, again, my limited fact base that the grand jury didn't go along with the state believing attempted murder or attempted, the greater charges. So I think that if she maintains this level, she's very, very, I think, poised, and I don't know that I would be. So I think that's part of it is important. I think a lot of stuff is kind of how you appear. So she does appear very calm and
pretty girls have privilege. That's just the thing. She's very pretty. Mo, you have around 22 kids.
Yes.
Imagine if you were a jury member and you hear they ripped the baby from her when the baby was 4 months old. How many fires would you start in that courtroom?
Oh, I'd be pissed. Again, here's the thing that I don't see from the father that really ticks me off. If the father legitimately and genuinely thought that his baby was in peril, I could see him getting a restraining order. Postpartum depression, psychosis is nothing to play around with. But his behavior after, with just the little bit of research that I've done, has not put his child first at all. And I'm sorry, but that makes this entire case BS to me. If you really truly thought that...
I just want to say it's NBC 10. You can see it down in the corner that it's NBC 10.
And that's what pisses me off, because it seems like Kelsey is doing and jumping through every hoop. She's willing to breathe through a machine that, is hurting her to see her child. And sorry, Prince of Wales was reminding me of my famous fashion critique of, what was her name? From the one trial with, oh gosh. Sorry, I have ADHD.
But let's talk about what's Martha's role in the team. She sits quiet every time except in front of the media. I think she's just second chair, and I think she's maybe more for the family court. That's kind of what I gotten from her. And Ashen Sugar, thank you so much. Hit the like button, people. Show some love for Baker for covering Kelsey. And show some love for Mo for also helping us cover Kelsey. Because I see that it's sadly a little undercovered today. But the good thing, because I'll bet some of the people will pick it up later today and they can maybe do a little audio magic, so you will be able to hear everything a little bit better. Yo, wear that Jabril after party. You know what I'm saying. You can't buy this hat, yo. Think about it. Exactly, Zach. That will be the big show of the day. Will be when the real Kelsey Fitzsimmons trial channel gets on it, and you get court reporter Jabril to give all the insights, all the legalese. I'm about that life, you know.
Is he the tally of this trial?
No, it's the car crew. I had a little beef with them. They called me a fat retard and said that I had Down syndrome. It's a guy who thinks he's a rapper who sits in a car, and then we made fun of him sitting in a car. So then he moved into a storage unit, and now I think he kind of sits in a room. But they're talking about being about that life, you know, and smacking people. Last time they sent, because Aiden was going to trial, so they sent Jabril, who looks kind of like Lurch, sent him to court to try and start an incident to get maybe Aiden's bail revoked. And he slapped the phone of a 15-year-old, 16-year-old girl, and her started crying. He was just like, and Twyford was then saying, well, she assaulted him, because that's the heroes we want, the real free can read people. Mo had me at Canadian heroin swap meet. Was it from that the Treehouse trial with the lady who wore a lot of plaid?
Well, I've come to realize, because Kathy Nestor, I feel like she killed and taxidermied many couches for her Karen Reed attire. Now, I was proud of her for sharing the not Karen Reed, Corey Richens. I was proud of her for sharing the throw pillow with Corey for her shirt.
We are not about that life. Well, we are not about that life. That's the thing. But for anyone who came in doing it, the main things has been, will it be a bench or a jury trial? No decision so far. The judge was worried that her scram device, she still has to blow at random intervals, that it would go off during trial, and they said, we'll try and make sure it doesn't. And then we got into the text, because remember that the Commonwealth has filed that they want to bring in her text from that day that they got from Justin. Apparently a screenshot. I don't know if they have had the text so they know nothing has been altered. Because it shows the state of her mind, that she shot Noonan because she was mad. Justin, who she knew was in the house, she heard his voice and then she chose to shoot Noonan. Compared to every other testimony, she was calm, collected, and told Officer Houston, go downstairs and make sure he doesn't get near me. And then she gets so angry when she hears his voice that she shoots him. That's a square peg in a round hole.
Yeah. How long do they have to decide whether they would like a bench trial or a jury trial?
Up until.
Okay.
I was on a panel show with Mark Bedderow, and he said he believes that up until, that's how it is in New York.
Okay, because I know some localities are different.
He found the microphone. Maybe he plugged it in now. But they are still afraid from the defense that Justin is there to open doors. And as I understood on the judge, the text would actually help Kelsey. Some of them would be not be allowed in, but the context of the text, because, yeah, she was pissed off he left her at a park for 3 hours. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah, and again, if you get any parents, anyone who has had to deal with an unreliable co-parent, be they female or male, is going to understand that frustration or had a difficult relationship.
And I saw chat started popping off with rumors about Justin being in rehab so he can stay out of the Commonwealth's or the defense. There is no confirmed rumor of anything. I think people claims that because Oh, I see an ankle. Oh,
I know. The
oh.
cameraman really likes feet.
He,
Okay, Quentin Tarantino.
oh my. Oh, check your hair. That was some saucy ankle shots. Ooh. I know
having
I'm always
motion
talking about
sickness.
boobies in my inbox, but oh my.
I know. Quite
Oh.
spicy for a Victorian.
That's oh, oh.
Good.
I might have to just have 5 minutes for myself. But there's no evidence that Justin is in rehab. I think they base it on that rule from 1987 that denies 88 that denies firefighters or anyone working for the city to smoke, says that they are to be given the option of a stop smoking course. But we have no confirmation that Justin, first of all, he's not put on suspension because of his smoking weed. There's no reason why he's on suspension. We don't know why. So no one has said anything anywhere in any documents that we can confirm that Justin is in rehab. This is why we need a local turtle boy who can go around and suss all of these things out instead of all of these internet rumors. Well, I saw an ankle. But, that's why it's me controlling the camera. Yeah, that was before he became a decorated dude. Riddle is going to be dealing with the RO stuff at family court, but Julie Hess is lead there. Okay, that's it. Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know why the state brought in a second attorney. This is a really easy case. Did she pull out and point at Noonan or didn't she? They want to make it into a big, complicated case. Well, Justin was at the house and there was something happened at a bachelor party. And no, this is, did she threaten him with a pistol and he then shot at her? It's aggravated assault, attempted aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. It's not attempted aggravated assault because she was mad her boyfriend was downstairs. That's not the charge. The charge is very simply what happened in that bedroom. Oh, Mo, you haven't gotten the best part of it yet. The first explanation was from Noonan. He ducked behind a door, came out with a weapon. Then they found out, shit, there's no door in the room. He ducked behind a door frame and came out with a weapon.
Is he a small man?
No. And you can't stash a gun behind a door frame that's an inch thick. And he was standing in the door, the opening of the door. Everything else said she was sitting on the floor getting stuff for the baby, and then she pulled it out and clicked. But he claims she was ducking behind the door, which would be on the opposite side of the room. Because that makes sense.
No, but it also doesn't make sense if you are told, hey, there's someone who's having a mental crisis, they might be armed, and you're an experienced police officer, that you're going to put yourself in the unaliving funnel in a door and stand there when you're a big, huge, giant target. I mean,
well, he was standing observing her, and there was no. But again, it's just that they already changed the story 3 times what happened. Is your reading of the statute still that Kelsey could be considered guilty just for having the pew-pew out with Noonan there, regardless of whether he pointed it at him or not? Yes, that's still my reading, because the Massachusetts statute is if she just pulled it out in an intent, with the intent to harm him. Hey, I don't know why you're waving at us, but if her intent, no matter if she did get it out, if they can prove she intended to harm him, Massachusetts laws are so insane, so overly broad. So if they can prove her intent, then even though she didn't point it at him, as I read it, I'm not a lawyer. I read it as they could try go that way. But back to what Mo said when the judge left, he is a very pretty woman. The jury will picture her with a 4-month-old. And you will have these cops saying that, well, she was jumping around everywhere, and she will probably take the stand and said, no, I just wanted to unalive myself because I just lost the only thing I cared for in my life. Good luck with that, jury.
Yeah, again, he made the choice to shoot her when she had a child in her arms.
No,
I
the
mean,
baby was downstairs.
okay, I guess that. Oh,
Well, that's
all right,
that's
that
another
makes
point. The baby is either downstairs or 20 feet outside the house. Now, there's no one who knows where the baby is. It's Schrödinger's baby, depending on who talks. It's the same with
Okay.
Justin. He's either in the basement or on the first floor. No one knows.
All right, that because I read several articles and it kind of placed the babies several places, so I was going to ask about that.
This is Essex County. But she was alone with Noonan in that room, so it's a clear he said, she said. Only thing they know is, no, Kelsey, don't do it. One shot. She's only hit by the one of them, so in a small bedroom, he's also a lousy shot. And he claims she pulls out a firearm, click, and then he shoots her the second time.
So he's
After
the luckiest police officer, and they're both stormtroopers, and he just finally landed a shot.
And she's the worst police officer because she pulled out a weapon she didn't know was clicking. Hey, Christy. There were 2 other cops there. What do they know? They don't know anything because Officer Noonan and Officer Houston goes upstairs after Justin has arrived. So she knows Justin is there, or he arrives around the same time. Her mother and Justin arrives. They go upstairs. On the first floor, he tells Officer Houston, could you please go downstairs and keep him away from me? Very calm is what it states in the police report. He goes downstairs to monitor Justin in the basement, but he's on the first floor. Again, Schrödinger's people all over the place. Because the next line, Daly says he's on the first floor, even though he says, I'm monitoring Justin in the basement. Then in the bedroom, she's sitting on the floor packing baby stuff when she all of a sudden lunges behind a door that's not a door but a door frame, comes out, points at Noonan, and it clicks, and he shoots once, misses her. While she's re-racking, he shoots her in the stomach. That's the story. Justin hears 3 shots, everyone else hears 2 shots. Justin then leaves the house to get his baby that's 20 feet away from the house. Who has the baby 20 feet away from the house? No one knows because it's not in any report. The only people mentioned at the scene is the 3 officers, Kelsey, Kelsey's mom, and Justin. I think it's Justin's sister who is with him at the place because she had just been in a fight with Kelsey on Saturday. So, of course, bring the asshole who just left you at a park for 3 hours and the sister you just had an argument with over the weekend, bring them to the scene. It could not de-escalate a situation anymore.
No, and why wouldn't if again there was a legitimate fear for the child's welfare, wouldn't child services be involved? Wouldn't they be the ones facilitating, and starting a record, to have someone advocate for the child, which is in theory what their job is supposed to be?
Yeah. Oh, and
Why do I
again,
keep asking questions. It's Massachusetts.
Again, the rumor about her miscarrying in hospital, it's not confirmed. I know Jess Machado says she had it from a family member or a friend of the family, and Melanie has repeated that. It has not been confirmed. I have heard it from no one else, but that one stream, it came up. So again, just like I'm saying, I don't know if Justin is in rehab. I'm not willing to to say either way,
Yeah,
because
and even
it's
if
not in any filing.
and if it is true, what a horrible thing to have to weather in public, and unless or whenever she's ready to share it, it's not something that's going to be involved in the court case,
No.
is kinda my view on it, but
Well, maybe if you want to garner some sympathy, if she takes the stand, you can say it. But again,
Ye yeah, until
it's not
she's ready
confirmed.
to say it, I don't
Yeah.
yeah, that's one of those.
The 911 call Justin parents made said his sister was there. I haven't gotten that 911 call. But I know that she was sitting there talking for him when he was calling the police to ask if they had said anything to her when she was at the police station that day, and he said, no, we didn't want to escalate anything before they got the restraining order. And then the sister started, well, she's going to be dangerous. She's going to kill everyone. Then why did you invite Justin to the scene? What you need is more bodies she can put bullets into, because that makes sense if you don't think about it.
Okay, we are gonna go
Justin
quiet.
We're back on record in the matter of Commonwealth versus Kelsey Fitzsimmons. All counsel and the defendant are present.
Okay, Mr. Bradel?
Thank you, Your Honor. We filed two things, Judge. We filed a waiver of the right to the jury trial, and Attorney Coakley and Ms. Fitzsimmons are prepared to engage in a colloquy with you on that.
Okay.
And then the second thing we did file was a supplemental witness list that I explained to my brother a little bit, some additional names. I would say most of it is probably abundance of caution stuff that probably they won't be called. There's one name on there that that did warrant some explanation from counsel for Commonwealth, which I gave them, and I don't expect it to really add much to the trial.
All right, so let's table that, but I do want to, if the Commonwealth wants to be heard on these additional witnesses, absolutely.
No, I just, if I may put something on the record,
Sure.
as far as the jury waiver goes.
Well, before you do that, I was going to ask, all right, so we have a waiver. I was going to ask whether the Commonwealth takes a position, so.
My only position, while I have no reservation
Jeez.
with your ability to be fair and impartial in this case. In an abundance of caution, I wanted to create a record. At some point, I don't think it was last hearing or one of the press conferences that defense gave outside, a person asked about you, and Attorney Bradel told them and the world, I guess, that you and he worked together in the DA's office some time ago. And so I think there's a perception out there, for whatever it is, that the defendant had put out there. Like I said, I have no reservations as your ability to be fair and impartial, but I think I needed to create a record about that.
No, that's a very good point. So I don't, let me say this. I said before when I was joking with our media representatives, I don't pay attention to social media. I'm not on social media purposely. I don't read or listen to or watch or whatever media accounts of what happens in cases that I preside over or that I potentially could be involved in. So I know nothing about that, but I think it does make sense for me to say a couple things related to that, because it strikes me that I did discuss those things with you folks, but I did it at sidebar. All right, so I'll just state for the record that Mr. Bradel and I, so we worked together, well, Mr. Bradel and I were in the same starting class of new assistant DAs in January of '95. Mr. Bradel, I have a picture of all of us, including Mr. Hagan, Judge Hagan, who like me back then had a lot more hair. So Mr. Bradel and I were in that class, starting class together. My memory is that I was assigned ultimately after the class. I think we met for a couple of weeks. It was a training class. I was then assigned to Roxbury District Court, and Mr. Brado to Dorchester District Court. And so that was 95. I left the DA's office in 2001, and at that time I was the chief of the domestic violence unit, which was a superior court unit. So, Mr. Brado, you can correct me, I don't think that we ever worked together in the sense of worked in the same courthouse, worked on the same trial team. I'm not sure that you and I ever even had a beer together back then.
I agree, Judge. I don't recall one, and, you know, I think that I put you kind of in the same boat as Judge Deacon down in Middlesex, where, you know, we always had a respectful cordiality at work, but, you know, nothing past that. And I appeared in front of Judge Deacon, and, you know, it's never been a problem. And I left the office in 06, Your Honor, so I was there for 5 more years after you. And I haven't seen you in probably over a decade, you know, and I think the comment that Commonwealth Counsel is referring to, I recall as just sort of a generic comment that I thought your rulings were fair and that we appreciated your rulings, that I've known you a long time, something to that effect.
Yeah, I don't think that Mr. Gubitosi was objecting. You just want to make sure that this trial, I've always strived that all of proceedings, whether it's this case or other cases, that there's a level of transparency. And I think Mr. Gubitosi's point is well taken. So I think I've described on the record what the nature of our relationship was. I'm not, again, I can't say that we weren't friendly, but it seemed like I was maybe you're the crew of people that you more gravitated to were from the Dorchester District Court. I was in the Roxbury District Court. But I'll also say this, is that for complete transparency, I know I had a murder trial years ago with Mr. Gubitosi. I found Archangel Morales, I don't know if you remember that, and I found working against you was you to be a really good prosecutor and really fair, and I respected you. I continue to respect you. That's what I was referring to at sidebar. And you know what? I probably spent I'm.
No, I was going to say, maybe I'm not that memorable because we did 3 first.
We did?
Yes.
Who else?
I can't remember the name. One was with Ms. Ronan in front of Judge Lowy in Salem.
Oh, wait, all right, so I'm
And
not.
then there was another one here.
Yeah,
I
in
can't
front of
remember
Judge
the
Welch.
Right,
You know,
right.
I wasn't counting the ones where you were second seating you were like second seating a more junior attorney, but I do remember one in which the 2 of you prosecutors beat me up pretty good. It was here in this courtroom. I had made a mistake and opened the door to something, and it was Mr. Gubitosi's fault, because all of a sudden that sidebar, you hadn't said 2 words during the trial, but raised the issue. But in any event, listen, I respect both of you folks. I said on the record, I don't know Ms. Coakley. I don't believe professionally. I think that you may have been the chief of a unit in Middlesex at the same time that I was the chief of the domestic violence unit. I think we may have traveled in the same circles, though that would have been decades ago. But I don't think that you've ever appeared before me. I don't think we ever had cases against each other. Again, I respect you as much as I know you, and in any event, I think that that's full disclosure. I'll also just say, as for Dr. Zeisel, you said Dr. Zeisel is not going to give you.
Correct.
Okay. So, because I think I already mentioned it, he was someone that I used often when I was in practice. So, but it's been years since I've seen him. All right. So, is that sufficient? Did I address? Okay. All right. And the bottom line is, I am confident that I can be fair and impartial. I would not accept the waiver, frankly, if I thought that there was some risk that some favoritism would potentially come into play, or if I thought that I couldn't divorce myself from information that may not be admitted at the trial. Okay, so I'm very good at compartmentalizing. I will only consider evidence that's admitted at the trial. All right, and then we'll talk about mechanics and all that afterwards. Let's go through the colloquy. I'd like to, before we have the colloquy, can I see counsel and Ms. Fitzsimmons and Sapphire family?
Giblets. Holy. All right. I'm turning down while they're on.
On white noise.
Yeah.
Okay. So it will be a bench trial. It will be a bench trial. That is what they came back and said after having a discussion. So we're on for the 23rd. No need to pick a jury. So the 23rd should be get up and go day. And that's a little annoying because the incident cases, this will take precedence. Just have to figure out how to run the NBC 10 if they're the only one carrying it. But
yes,
and then the state tried to bring up that Bradley had said after the last hearing that he knew the judge. And I think he said he knew him to be fair. That's how I remember it. I might have that wrong. But then the judge just reversed it and said, yeah, and remember when we had that murder trial? So I know you as well. It seemed like a little out of nothing. If we don't have the direct feed, yes, we'll try and get that as well. But then we can't pause in it. But that'll make a lot of people happy. Well, Mo can still join us, Marissa. Stop hating on Mo. That may actually be a good call, given they are attacking the charge by going after the law part. I still say that a jury would be really hard pressed to find her guilty, but again, there's not a lot of law there, and I think Bradley kind of picked up on that from the last hearing. And again, today he talked about the intent. What does Justin's text have to do with the intent? And I think that's where they decided we're going to go for a bench trial instead. She just came back. Well, I'll just leave then.
Don't do that. I know very little about this case. I cannot give you any insight, which is okay. Tiny baby, whoever is in charge, can we get a good camera person for the real trial? Because this person's going to give me seasickness.
And can he go and figure out where the hell the audio button is on his camera? Because the audio was a 6 out of 10 the last time. Today it has been a 2, a 4, a 3, a 2, a 1.
Yeah, it's very much like someone hasn't hooked up the audio to
the court feed
video.
audio. But again, the judge said we will be in a different courtroom next week. Everyone who's local, everyone who has the opportunity, please, if you can, put on something purple and go and show Kelsey a little bit of love. Remember, you can buy the popcorn that'll support her as well. There's a Gives and Go QR code in the corner. And you can also buy Bay Harbor beauty products, I believe. Go to Emily's channel. She has some kind of code for it. Oh, that was it? Well, that
He
was a waste
came
of
back.
time.
Well, let me go back and.
He didn't say anything.
Oh, he didn't? I was trying to hear if maybe it was just so low.
Oh, well, let's try to hear it then. I just said all rise and then they left. So, yeah. Tom is not outside of court today. I was just thinking if they're going out there and giving interviews, they do that sometimes. Law girls, not attorneys, are in the courtroom.
Is this something I should take off so we don't do hot mic or?
No, I don't think they're coming back. So
Well,
I'm
that's
just
what I was
looking.
wondering.
I'm just looking. No, they're setting up to leave. They're talking. Yeah, they're gonna leave now. It's law girls, not attorneys, are in the courtroom. They need to find a microphone if they're gonna film inside the courtroom. They have their audio goes ik, 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 all the time. So that's a little annoying. But
Okey-dokey.
a 5-minute recess. They just had a 5-minute recess, didn't they?
Oh,
Well, we'll see if they come back. We are on live, so
yeah. Make sure I'm on all the way live. Yes.
that's actually not live because I just saw her talk to Bradel on their camera, so they are behind on NBC. So it's but
And
the prosecution is still at the table, so let's hang around and see if they are coming back again. Judge said 5-minute recess. Okay, I didn't hear that.
And then do you know if Justin Served TV is there? Or maybe Justice
Justin
Served?
what? Justice Served
Maybe-
TV. No, Justice Served TV is not live today. So they're probably doing it later. It's only us and Cryford who's live, and then I've seen the Mottas started up like an hour later.
Oh, awesome sauce. Well,
So there will be more coverage during the day. I'm sure Melanie will cover it later as well.
absolutely.
Some people have lives. We don't.
Not really. No.
So we'll just keep.
I do like this.
They're
judge.
discussing the colloquy, and then they'll be back.
I think this judge is very calm and reasonable, just the way he kind of reliably told the Commonwealth, hey, I'm not going to be biased.
Yeah, they couldn't make it there today, so they will probably. I know Justice Served T will probably, and if Melanie is on the road today, that's probably a lot of her cupcakes over here. Hello. But I'm 100% sure she will go over it and go through it. We know Melanie. We love Melanie. She is very deeply involved in this case as well. So there is no doubt in my mind she will also cover it, and hopefully they can audio process it, because this cameraman has been absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, I feel so bad. There's so many people that want to hear this, and I've done all the technical things I know how to do, which unfortunately isn't much.
Well, if she's busy and she needs a place to hide all you unruly cupcakes, you're always welcome. Justice Served will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern. And I think they will also be playing the audio clips tonight. So must watch TV tonight at 6 p.m. Hey, Scooby. Turtle Boy is not there today. No, he is not. There's actually it. I don't know. We haven't really had any audience shots today, so yeah. Put a little cupcake if you are from there. They are covering it later on delay as well. This is mainstream media's camera. It's NBC 10. So everyone will be going over this because just the news that it will be a bench trial now is probably something that we'll discuss. If you remember Masa's fundraiser, there was very differing opinion. Federer was clear bench trial. Mellely was a little bit, could see it both ways. And Mullen Law was also a little bit both ways. I think a jury trial would have been good until I heard the judge today kind of, I don't see there's anything in these text messages because, again, Kelsey Fitzsimmons makes a great defendant. She is a very well put together woman. The jury will picture a 4-month-old baby being yanked off her teeth, and then she's shot. That's just the picture that Bradel has to paint in the mind of the jury, and then good luck finding a jury that would find her guilty. That's why I said the jury trial. Look at all these cupcakes. And thank you, Cupcakes, for also going over on Mo's channel.
Yeah, thanks for giving me a chance. And I'm just glad to be part of, getting more eyes on this. I'm not a huge channel, but, there might be people that don't know about this case who could, be part of this and really help support a really good cause.
And this is what I like because, again, I'm covering that insulin case. I don't have any preference in that case. It's just a case I watch. But this case, because first of all, the Karen Read case has given us a special insight into the corruption of Massachusetts and the horrible DA's officers they have up there. And then you just have an instant dislikable anti-hero in Justin. He's just dislikable. He's standing outside the house smoking weed while his wife is inside with a baby and postpartum depression. It's more important for him to get high than take care of his future wife and his baby. I can't. That really kicks me in my dad heart that they will do that.
Especially if you have, because this is something that will touch not only parents' hearts, but grandparents' hearts. Because as a dad baker, I'm sure if your daughter was being treated like that by anyone, I'm not sure that we would need a trial. We might need bail money.
Yeah, probably a little bit more than bail money.
Disposal. But it definitely gets to the heart of you because you never feel as vulnerable as you do when you have a newborn. You're sleep deprived, your brain doesn't work. Even if you have a supporting, loving husband, you still feel out of control.
Yeah, and that's that's all the things that would look good for a jury, in my opinion. Oh, an anime over on Rumble. Mo, it's Massachusetts. It makes sense if you don't think about it. Well, maybe not then either, but stop seeking questions for before they get you for witness intimidation. Yeah, don't ask questions. That's witness intimidation in Massachusetts as well. And thank you, Cupcake, for 5 months and Panilla G for 25 months. And that Diana, damn it. I think the inference was that the text made Justin sound like a prick. That's how I understood it as well. We will, of course, if they're unimpounded now, we will be doing whatever we can to get to it as fast as possible and then share it with everyone because that's interesting. Mo is spectacular and funny as heck. She is the bestest.
Thank you so much. So, yeah, it's so sad. And I can't believe with the way that this did not work out for the Commonwealth in the grand jury, they didn't look at how this might optically look.
And thank you, Nicole, for 4 months. But we saw the same in the Karen case. So let's just try and go back. Let's just try and go back and make them finally give us what we want. And double trouble. Stowe Police Facebook page has all records with Maple Street. Interesting. Didn't they turn off comments on their social media on the police department? But thank you so much for the $2 super chat as well. This case hits straight in my menopausal ovaries. They are screaming, babies! The rage is real and strong here. Cookie, keep that hate in Finland. Don't take it when you come to Denmark. Because as it said in my dad's geography books, Finns walk around with knives. And is a little stabby. Yes, that was a geography book in Denmark in the 40s. That beware of the Finns. They will stab you. Oh yeah, I got a little shake on during the elevator music.
Ooh.
Texts are in the Discord. Oh my, we have some time to fill. So let's see how horrible these texts are. If we can get them over here. Mo, if you keep an eye on this feed, I'll just
Yes, I can do that.
off, and then we'll read the text. You just woke me up to let me know I have to bring baby to work with me. You were not listening then. I will happily pick baby up and watch him at work. I said I didn't want to be in the house at this time. You have to respect that. You are choosing to not have me watch him and bring him to work. You are not a baby.
Oh, it looks like the judge is back.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. I was just like, oh, pay attention.
Did you put up the audio?
I did.
They didn't put on the audio. How did it? Oh, sidebar.
Again, false alarm. Okay, we are still in sidebar. Yeah, you're not a babysitter. You're your kid's dad. I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you're a parent, you're not babysitting your children. You're parenting. And if you needed to be told this, I worry.
Oh, we're gonna read that when this is done, because
okay.
Yes, trust me, we're gonna read this so everyone can concentrate.
Let me go back just a couple seconds.
Colloquy of the waiver?
Yes, she is.
All right. Why don't you folks, why doesn't she take the witness stand? And we can pull a chair over for you, Ms. Attorney Coakley, if you'd like.
I can stand.
Please.
Ms. Fitzsimmons, could you raise your right hand? Do solemnly swear to make true answers to such questions put by the court or upon its directions that will be done.
Okay. Good afternoon. You can have a seat.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
You can put yourself right up to that mic. So as you know, I'm Jeff Karp, and I'm a judge here at the Superior Court. And I understand that you'd like to give up your right to have a jury decide whether you're guilty or not guilty of the charge. I need to just ask you some questions to make sure that you understand the right that you're giving up and that you're doing it voluntarily. okay? And then you know what the consequences are. Now, so I'm gonna have a lot of questions for you. If at any time you don't understand something that I say to you, it's perfectly fine to interrupt me and tell me I don't understand. If at any time you'd like to take a break and speak with Attorney Coakley, we can give you that opportunity. We're in no rush here. It's very important that you understand all that I tell you, yeah, okay? All right, so first thing I'd like to do is, where's the indictment, Mr. Boyne? Can I grab that? So you understand that you're charged in a single indictment with the crime of assault by means of a dangerous weapon. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And do you understand that, have you discussed with your attorneys what the Commonwealth needs to prove at the trial for that charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and do you feel as though you understand what they've told you about that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And do you understand that that charge, assault by means of a dangerous weapon, carries up to 5 years in state prison if you're convicted?
Yes.
Okay. Attorney Coakley, either you or Attorney Bradle have gone over the elements of the charge with Ms. Fitzsimmons?
Yes, Your Honor, we have.
Okay. All right, so I need to just ask you some background questions, get some background information. Some of this I already know, but I still need to, I need to ask you formally. So if you could state your full name.
Kelsey Erin Fitzsimmons.
And how old are you?
I'm 29.
What is just your month and year of birth?
11/18, November 18.
All right. And where were you born?
Concord, Mass.
How far did you go in school?
I got my bachelor's degree and I went to half of law school.
Okay. You went to what?
Half. I did
Half of law school? That's enough. Was that enough for you?
No, I'm gonna go back.
You're thinking about going back?
Yeah.
And you said you got a bachelor's degree in what?
In criminal justice.
Criminal justice, and where from?
Where am I from?
No, where did you get
I'm
bachelor's
sorry.
degree
I'm
from?
nervous, I'm sorry. Fisher College in Boston.
Okay, all right, and totally understandable that you're nervous. All right, and again, some of this I know, but I have to ask, what are you can't be presently working, right? You're not working now.
No, you're
Right. And your last job was with?
patrol officer with the North Andover Police Department.
Okay, and how long were you there, roughly?
About a year and a half, if you count the academy.
Okay, so you went to the police academy and
Yes.
then, okay. What else? And just normal job duties as a patrol officer in North Andover?
Respond to 911 calls, emergencies, medical emergencies, calls for service in the town.
Okay, all right. And did you take any prescription medications, over-the-counter medications, or drugs in the last 24 hours?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and what have you taken in the last 24 hours?
In the last 24 hours, I've taken fluoxetine,
Okay,
hydroxine,
okay,
and lorazepam.
all right. And do any of those medications, or have any of those medications affected your ability to understand the proceedings today here?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Did you consume any alcohol in the last 24 hours?
No, Your Honor.
And have you ever been treated for any mental health condition?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you feel as though that you're suffering from any mental health condition today? In other words, that like right now as we're going through this, that you're feeling some effect of any mental health condition?
No.
And do you feel as though your mind is clear today?
Yes, Your Honor.
And have you understood all that I've discussed in open court with the attorneys about, up to this point, about even like the motion to admit the text messages? Have you understood all of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So I'm just going to go over your constitutional rights. So you have a constitutional right to one trial of the charge. And you have the right to choose whether to have a trial before a jury or a judge. At a jury trial, the jury decides whether you are guilty or not guilty of the charge. And the judge's job during a jury trial is to rule on legal issues that arise during the trial, to instruct the jury on the law of the case, in other words, what the Commonwealth has to prove, and to impose a sentence if the jury were to find you guilty. So that would be the judge's job during a jury trial. But the jury would decide whether or not the Commonwealth proved that you were are guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. All right, you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at a jury trial, you have the right to a trial here with 12 jurors. These are people selected from the community. You'd have the right to participate in selecting the jurors, and you could not be found guilty at the jury trial unless the Commonwealth convinces all 12 of those jurors that you are guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. So do you understand all of your rights and how a jury trial works?
Yes, Your Honor.
And also, you could choose to have a trial by a judge instead of a jury. And in such case, the judge cannot find you guilty unless the Commonwealth convinces the judge that you are guilty of the charge beyond a reasonable doubt. Do you understand your right to a judge trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand that by waiving your right to a jury trial, the judge will be me? I will be deciding whether the Commonwealth has proven the charges. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. And you understand that by waiving or giving up your right to a trial by a jury, that I just already told you that. So do you generally understand the difference between a judge trial and a jury trial?
I do.
Okay. And do you have any questions at all about the difference between those two types of trial?
I do not.
Now, I'll just hand you this. And I'm showing you a form called the Defendant's Waiver of Jury Trial and Consent to Trial by a Judge. Did you read that form?
I did.
Did you discuss it with counsel and the attorneys?
I did.
And did you sign that form?
I did sign it.
And do you understand that the form says in writing what you and I have been talking about thus far about giving up your constitutional right to a trial by a jury?
Yes.
Okay, did you sign that form voluntarily?
Yes, I did.
And by signing the form, are you saying in writing that you know about and understand your right to a jury trial, which is explained on the form, and that you voluntarily give up that right?
Yes.
And do you now willingly and voluntarily waive your right to have a jury decide your case instead to choose? You think that I have never done this before. Maybe I'm the one that's nervous.
I'm nervous.
Let me start over again. Do you now willingly and voluntarily waive your right to have a jury decide your case and instead choose to have a judge, that being me, decide if you're guilty or not?
Yes.
Okay. And do you understand that your waiver of your right to have a jury decide your case is final, and you cannot change your mind and ever ask for a jury trial again in this matter? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or forced you in any way to waive your right to a jury trial?
No.
Has anyone promised you anything in return for your decision to waive your right to have a jury decide the case?
No.
Have you had enough time to fully discuss your right to a jury trial and the difference between a jury trial and a judge trial with your attorneys?
Yes.
Do you feel as though your attorneys have acted in your best interest and that they have fully and adequately explained your right to a jury trial and the difference between the two types of trials?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you been confused by anything I've said thus far during this colloquy?
No.
So as I understand it, then you're waiving your right to have a jury decide your case, and you're choosing to have me, a judge, decide whether or not you're guilty because you want to and because you believe it's in your best interest to do so. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And the defense, any additional questions? I should pose. Commonwealth?
No, thank you.
None? Okay. All right. Does the defense or the Commonwealth know of any reason I should not accept the waiver?
No.
No, Your Honor. Okay. All right. You may step down. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to make the following findings. Yeah. No. Mr. Royan can take that. Thank you. So I'll make the following findings. I find that the defendant, while she is presently or has taken medication, prescription medication in the last 24 hours, I find that that medication has not affected her ability to understand and participate fully today. I also find that although the defendant, Ms. Fitzsimmons, has reported that, or at least I don't know if she reported it, but I do know that at least in the past, she suffered from mental health conditions, and that perhaps some of that medication is related to that. I do find that any mental health condition that Ms. Fitzsimmons may have had or has not affected her ability to understand and participate fully in the proceedings here today. I further find that Ms. Fitzsimmons understands the nature of the charge against her and the consequences of waiving her right to a jury trial. I find that the decision to, I find that Ms. Fitzsimmons' decision to waive her right to a jury trial is made with the advice of competent counsel. And finally, I find that the defendant's waiver of her right to a jury trial has been made knowingly, willingly, intelligently, and voluntarily, and with the full knowledge and understanding of its consequences, and accordingly, I accept Ms. Fitzsimmons' waiver of her right to a jury trial. All right, with that in mind, so we'll, anything you folks want to go over, but I anticipate we'll just start on Monday morning. Are you prepared to? Because maybe you're not, given that I had said that.
Sure, I hope to be. I mean, that wasn't the plan for all our witnesses, but we'll reach out today and make sure,
Okay.
or ensure everybody that we can have is available Monday.
Okay. All right. And so let me say this. I realize that from both
Mo, go back out, come back in. Your device is not connecting. Thank you so much, Brenda G. For super sticker that says thank you for being you.
No idea. Not one clue.
Oh, super.
StreamYard has been doing that. I did pause it as soon as I blipped, though, and I will go back several seconds.
Good. I was just good thing they were just about to end.
Well, I apologize.
No, you can't help StreamYard.
all right. And so let me say this. I realize that from both sides' perspective that you know, trying a case, whether it's jury or not, is like trying to. It's difficult herding all your witnesses together. I usually try to make a joke about it. It's like herding fish or something. But Mr. Kubitosi's heard that probably 300 times. But in all seriousness, we will, Mr. Rowan, we're going to go full days. And to the extent that you folks, you run out of witnesses on a day, that's just life, that's fine. Do you expect now with this new, let me ask, with the new kind of schedule where the trial is, the actual evidence in trial is going to start earlier, do you expect any witness availability issues?
Well, everybody was free for the week, so no. I mean, I don't anticipate whether somebody is available Monday in particular.
Okay.
We'll find out. But
All right. So it is my anticipation that whatever however we proceed, that the trial will be over by Friday. Is that a good, fair schedule or fair belief that I hold, I guess?
yes, so
Okay. Okay, so we'll just start up on Monday morning, all right? I will see you folks there.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to point out something for you that you were talking earlier about jury instructions and instructions that you would take into account yourself. And there's one slight, maybe a curveball. There's a Code of Massachusetts Regulations. I just want to give you the citation. It's 555 CMR 6.05 parentheses 3, close parentheses.
All right, so let me say this. I don't know exactly what you're referring to, but maybe it makes sense for me to just explain. So what I will ask is that you folks submit, they can be in the form of jury instructions, but just, instructions that I will use when I deliver as to the law of assault by means of a dangerous weapon. So whatever it is that you're referring to, Mr. Brady, you should just put in that document again, whether it's however you want to title it is fine, but.
It's from the post-commission regulations, Judge, and it's a CMR that states that an officer is not permitted to use deadly force to someone who is a danger only to themselves. And that's really the central issue.
Okay, but, right, but again, without having it in front of me, what does that have to do with whether the Commonwealth will be able to prove that the allegation is that Ms. Fitzsimmons committed the assault by means of a dangerous weapon. So I'm not following.
I think it has sort of a general import where if the court has a reasonable doubt as to whether or not Ms. Fitzsimmons was engaging in conduct that was harmful only to herself, it does not, by law, excuse the Officer Noonan shooting her.
Frankly, I
don't
understand, but
I'll spell it out.
So let me just hold on one second, Mr. Brady. What I expect is that perhaps at the end of the evidence and even before closings, we'll have a charge conference. We'll treat it just like we would in a jury trial, and you folks can make your pitch on the law. But I will want some submissions on the law that I should be. Again, as it relates to the charge and the elements and things of that nature, if there's some defense that you're asserting related to that, you can, perhaps that would be a mechanism for raising that. All right, but right now I don't understand it, and I'm not sure that I need to at this point. All right, and anything else?
Your Honor, do you start at 9 a.m.?
Yes, I'd like to. We do our best to start at 9. Mr. Wayne and I are always ready. But
I know Mr. Wayne is up early.
But Mr. Wayne and I are seem to be the only ones that are ready at 9. But
and just folks, 9 to 4 is a full day for the court. I'm just
right.
Okay. Thank you.
It is. And like I say, if you folks can disclose to one another what witnesses you think you're going to be calling on a given day, and that would be.
And with your permission, I think we should be able to pre-mark a number of exhibits.
Yes.
Okay.
So you'll work that out with Mr. Wayne. That would be great. Also, if we need to take a defense witness out of order, I certainly would hear the Commonwealth if there's an opposition to that, but even for a jury trial, I typically would allow that. Again, if it's a scheduling related matter, not a strategy related decision, but if there's some scheduling conflict that will help to proceed. All right, so we will see you folks Monday morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All rise, please. How many, say your name.
Do we have any idea why they have a chalkboard?
No, because we used to have those, and now we don't. Mo, you might want to promote on YouTube, because this is brand new off the presses. Again,
Yeah, I was gonna chop this into a video. I'm getting all the smart.
you are getting smart. Everyone, no reason to run away. We are now, again, thank you, my wonderful mods. We are now getting to the text messages that the state claims will prove her intent and her reason why she shot Noonan when she heard Justin's voice. Justin will be the black box.
Okay.
Kelsey will be the white box. I need all of you to put on your thinking hats, because I'm going to read it, and I read it while they were talking. And I don't understand why they want these in here. Why don't we take turns reading? Because Mo can't see it on my screen.
Oh, no,
So,
I can. I've got it you blown up, so I can read Kelsey's part if you want to read his part.
We
That's
can
what I
do
thought
that
you were trying to do. Sorry.
If people want to, I can send it to you so you can have it yourself.
That
Then you
works.
put it up on your own screen and maybe see it a little bit better. But again, thank you so much to Jemima for getting this for us so we can be up to date with everything. Because when we have done reading these 8 pages, I'm probably going to make a poll asking you people if you think this shows her in such an enraged state that she's going to go and blast everyone off the planet. Because that's what he said. This is going to show her state of mind that made her go absolutely cray-cray when she heard Justin.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
all right. You just woke me up to let me know I have to bring Caden to work with me.
oh, we started. Oh,
Sorry.
You were not listening then. I will happily pick Kate. Let's call him Baby instead.
Okay, sorry.
Don't use a minor's name. I'll pick Baby up and watch him at work. I said I didn't want to be in the house at this time. You have to respect that. You're choosing to not have me watch him and bring him to work.
You're not a babysitter. You're his dad. This is our home where the 3 of us live.
And by being his dad, I will watch him and pick him up if you wish.
You're not a babysitter, Justin. You don't watch him. You can simply just come home and be home with him. You know the home where our family lives?
Right now, Kels, those are the options. I will and can pick him up to be with him while you are at work. But you are choosing to bring him to work. You have to respect that I need space and time and will not be entering that house alone.
Your space is abandoning family. I don't understand why you can't come in our house and you won't explain it. I will not be single parenting for days and days on end.
When you strike me in the face several times and physically assault your best friend, Kels, you set the tone. I am reacting in the best way possible to find a way forward, and this is what I need. It's not about what you need anymore. We need to be the best parents possible, and I cannot do that in the house at this time.
Just not even true, but okay. Abandon your son. I forgot everything that comes out of
Catina's mouth. Yeah, Catina's.
Oh, is truth, right? Good luck to you.
And Cassie, and DeAndre, and Michelle, all lying.
You're missing valuable days with your son you'll never get back. You're choosing. You're making me a very single mother by your own choosing. I'm rescheduling baby surgery right now. I will not be doing this alone. Answer the phone. Sad that you let your feelings toward me affect your son. Poor kid.
Line 3.
Okie dokie. The purest innocent soul gets affected because you won't help him or help me fast
him. I don't know.
Would you like to tour his daycare with me?
No, my mom has offered free daycare. We do not have $500 a week for daycare.
He's going to daycare. Don't worry about the money, it's taken care of.
Who's paying for it?
Doesn't matter. Do you want to tour with me or not?
Well, it does matter.
It doesn't. If you want to come, great. If you don't, great.
You want to place a 4-month-old into daycare?
I am, yes. Do you want me to pack your stuff and move it out? I'm going to sell my house and find an apartment.
I need my debit card and license you took right now. That's it.
I don't have it. Why would I have that? I'll leave your stuff outside. I have to put my house on the market.
Please do not touch my belongings.
I can't risk being in a situation I can't afford because you've told people you're leaving but haven't told me. There you go.
Who on earth have I told that to? You keep making things up.
Not me, that's for sure. Oh, really? I made that up, okay? If you're leaving me, you need to tell me so I can figure out my life. Not tell others, tell me.
I need space and time now. I don't have a plan. I just know I need space and time.
Okay, that tells me nothing. After your space and time, are you leaving? Because I need to come up with a plan. You're not going to leave me in the dark on my own life. Okay, that's fine, Justin. Don't answer me. I'll put your stuff outside in boxes, of course, get an attorney and sell this house. I'm not going to be set up. This is my life. Am I paying our venue $6,000 or should I hold off?
Only $1,500 was left to pay, and I sent you that already.
I have $6,000 waiting to send him. It's due July 4th. If I send it, we cannot get a refund. We can't get a refund on anything. Would you like me to send it or hold off?
I think we are under contract to pay regardless.
So what am I doing?
Can you send me the contract?
No, I don't have it. Regardless, if I talk to Gene, I'm sure he'll let me keep the money. Do you want me to send it or not? It's a really simple question.
Not yet. I don't know.
Laughing, crying emoji tells me everything I need to know. Thank you. I'll send it to my parents for now for their troubles and call Gene today.
Kelsey, that's not what I'm saying. I don't have any answers today. Kelsey, just hold me for it's not due to the 4th.
I'll meet you at the Common at 2 p.m.
For what?
What do you mean for what? On the phone, we said we can meet up in public or go for a walk. I'll see you at the Common at 2 with baby.
Kels, I have no debit card, no license. My gas tank is empty, and I could have got money this morning to. Does it say couldn't? Could he got money this
Could
morning?
Maybe
Could
he was
he?
trying to say couldn't even.
Maybe couldn't even get money this morning to drive to get baby. But Lisa and Doug are both gone for the entire day now. I have no way to getting out there now. Can we meet tomorrow instead? Unless Lisa comes home and I can get some money for gas. We're talking about a 31-year-old man, just if anyone.
Oh, you don't have enough gas to get here. I haven't gone through any of my bags yet besides my purse, and many of my shit was stolen as well. I will look in other bags. I didn't even bother touching it because some substance was poured all over it that smells really bad. I will look once I get the courage to go down in the basement.
The less than 50 miles light was on before I grabbed my truck last night. There could be 5 miles or 20, but I have nothing and no way to get there. And Dougie is at work and Lisa is out with doctor stuff all day, she said this morning.
Okay, I'll give you money in the drawer. I'm going to work now. I'll see you at the Common with our baby.
At 2.
At 2.
The less than 50, no, that's the same again. I don't have gas to get there, Kels. You took my debit card and ID and did God knows what with it.
Justin, I was chaotically packing bags. I didn't mean to take anything.
But you still did.
My bag has stuff stolen out of it, and my other bag has something poured all over it, causing every piece of my clothing to be soaked. I will look through that one right now, then I'm going to work.
Why did you tell me to come over at 10 then for this kiddo if you were for this kiddo? It's your
What a
kid, for
douche.
God's sake. I want to punch him in his mouth.
Me
If
too.
you were going to work now.
Because I wanted to sleep, I didn't sleep last night. Why does it matter? I decided to change it to 12:30. In the very bottom of my soaked bag is your toiletries, boxers, and cards. Sorry, I got my bags at 10 p.m. last night and just bawled because my clothes are ruined. My stuff was stolen. I didn't even go through it all the way. I don't know what you're talking about. Can I see you tomorrow instead? You literally work tomorrow. I will see you at 2.
Shoot, I forgot I work.
Question mark.
I have no way of getting to town.
Yes, you do. Hello, Justin. Am I seeing you at 2 or not? WTF.
Kelsey, I have no gas. I physically cannot go anywhere. I'm looking for change around the house and there is none.
Yes, you do. Hello. Oh, there we go.
That's the same again.
How'd you have enough gas not to be home right now then? I can't go to work. I'm done. I'm done. Answer the phone. So you're out. That's why you won't come to see me. I'm done. I'm driving up to the land. I'm going to my land. Where are you? Justin? Justin, what is going on? I'm worried. I'm really worried. Justin, are you okay? Why are you at Hunter's with your sister? What's going on? I thought I was meeting you at the Common. What's going on? What is going on? I'm literally shaking. Why are you with girls at Hunter's house? Or why are you with girls at Hunter's house? We are supposed to go with a walk or for a walk with our son. What the F is happening? I'm throwing up. Why are you with Katrina?
That's Katrina.
Sorry.
It's Massachusetts. They spell everything wrong.
Yeah. What's going on? Why are you doing this to me? What are you doing? Or why are you doing this to me, Justin? What are you doing to me? What are you actually doing to me? Why are you with Katrina? I just need you to communicate with me. This isn't fair. You made a plan with me? Making plans with me and your baby and ghosting me is just so mean. I'm going far, far away for a long, long time. You could have at least told me you changed your mind instead of standing me up and making me wait at the Common for 2 hours. Just really mean. Also crazy for you to just read all my texts, know how upset this made me. You don't love or care about me. This is so mean. Why wouldn't you just tell me you changed your mind instead of stand me up? If you drove there with Courtney, you clearly had no intention of going with a walk with me or your son. Why would you make plans with us? I packed his diaper bag and a stroller and blanket for us to sit on just to be stood up. And or why be mean about it? Why not just say sorry, not happening anymore, changed my mind? Like you called me saying you were on your way to North Andover, your mom gave you money and you would come see me at 2. WTF happened since that phone call? If you're trying to hurt me, you're succeeding. I feel really effing hurt. I just want to know why you made plans with me and baby and stood us up. Why couldn't you just have said never mind to me? Not have me wait and wait and wait at the common for you. Ignoring the mother of your child and fiance, I don't get it. I really do not. You made it very clear I'm not your family. I will pack your belongings and put it outside for you to retrieve. I'll let you know when it's outside. Need to get some people to help me move it all. You didn't have to lie to me and say you were meeting me. You didn't have to lead me on to think we were going for a walk. I don't know what that did for you. Why don't you just tell me? Why didn't you have us sitting in the park alone with our baby waiting? You knew the only way from the station to the park was to drive by Hunters. If you did this to hurt me, it worked. I told baby we were seeing daddy. You're not just hurting me. And for you to this point to still give me nothing and say nothing, you set up this huge plan to make me think my baby and I were going to meet you for a walk and you ghosted me. I hope you know that hurts a lot more than just me. You ditched seeing your son. Like why? Why couldn't you have just said to me, you never had any intentions of seeing us? I sat and waited at the park with until his bottle ran out and had nothing more to give him. Why couldn't you have just called me and said you changed your mind? Why do it like this? And you're not going to say your phone is in the truck because when you clicked on your message, it'll show you read it. You're mean. You wanted a reaction from me and you won't get one. I'm on my way to up to my land for the night. I love you. I'm sorry I'm so shitty a person. You couldn't even see your son smile today. We're going to our happy place. I'll send pictures when I get service. The Commonwealth thinks this makes Jason look good in any way, shape, or form.
I put a poll. Does this show her in a state of mind and gives a reason to shoot Noonan? Because this has nothing to do if she wants to shoot Justin, which she probably wants to do after sitting for 2 hours in a public park with a baby without any water for the baby or anything to drink.
Yeah, and especially with your first kid, it's hard to get, know what you need to take out. It's always a struggle. And, like the first couple times going out is just for your sanity because you need to see other people. What a douche.
Did I say Jason in my text? What? No. Oh, I must have said it live. By the way, I'm canceling the rest of the insulin trial today because this has been a little overwhelming and it took a little bit longer than I expected. So we'll have to catch up on that over the weekend or something. None of this has anything to do with what happened that night. She is very calm. As I read this, I see a woman who is used to having a baby as a fiance. She is doing the mother thing that some girlfriends will have to do because they have an immature prick as a boyfriend. Come on, Justin. Stop lying to me. You have gas. How would you come and take care of the baby? It's the mother thing. That's how I read it.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but once you're a dad, it isn't about you anymore. I don't care that you don't have gas. You figure out a way to do it. It irritates me because we've all been in those kind of relationships where it's like pulling teeth. And I can see how someone can give up on a relationship, but to give up on your kid, that's where I draw the line. Because if they were truly in, he just needed space, he didn't want to be in a relationship with her anymore, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
you don't give up on your kid.
And again, we can all have that. It's a little bit too much. It's very, very overwhelming. It has happened in a lot of relationships. But one of the things you need to do is communicate. If you need space, you have to tell what does space mean. I'm going to move home to my parents for a couple of days. Because we're in a cycle where we are screaming at each other all the time or something. I got divorced from my kid, youngest kids when my youngest kid was 4 months old. The entire last year, my oldest daughter was crying every time mommy and daddy was in a room, more or less, because it would always end in an argument. And my thing was, I told her, I have to leave so we don't destroy the kids. I'll do whatever you keep everything. I'll leave with nothing. You have the house, you have the car, you have everything, because the kids is important. But having my daughter, every time she saw us, my 2-year-old daughter, cry, showed me this isn't healthy. This isn't good. But you have to be honest about it. You don't say, well, I'm gonna sleep a night on my friend's couch tonight, and then I'll meet you at the park. You have to communicate these things. And yes, relationship blows up all the time. But all of these lies, I don't have gas. You just said you were going to come over and take care of the baby. How could you do that?
Well, I do wonder if this is kind of a pattern in their relationship, though, because it seems like, Kelsey continues to want to engage him. So maybe she's constant, or that's been a pattern in their relationship, that he's not always been as into her as she's been into him. And then the baby added another layer of dimension.
Yeah, and lying about, I don't have gas money to come take care of baby, sorry. But I go to Hunter's house and hang out with this Aileen, whatever her name is. We talk so much about Bella's mom in the Karen Reed case, because apparently that was the big trigger, driving past an ex-girlfriend. There's been some unconfirmed rumors that Justin might also be doing the naughty tango. Maybe even be on some dating sites. If Kelsey had that fear, because I'm not good enough as a woman, I've just had a baby. Mothers in the chat, let me paint a picture. When you just had a baby and your husband is starting to snoop around saying, well, is the fun factory healed again because daddy's been waiting? And you are sitting constantly with your hair in a bun, hasn't washed it for 3 days. The landscaping the bushes has grown a little wild. You can't remember the last time you really had a bath. Did you really think, I feel like I'm going to do page 36, 49, and 2018 in the Kama Sutra? Or did you think, could he just leave me with this precious little thing that is destroying my titlets? She tried to reach out to him, apparently, and say, you want to sleep with me at the bachelor party? And he rejected her. If she went that far as a 4-month, with a 4-month-old, where she said, okay, let me try this trick. And he said, no, thank you. And then 2 days later, he's with another girl in another house. How red hot would all do? One in chat, if you were picking up a shovel and go digging a hole for this guy.
Yeah, and don't get grandma, because you think you have seen Ferris on a level. Get a grandma in there, because not only have you now threatened her baby, but her grandbaby. Yeah.
It's a lot of ones in chat. Kelsey's boyfriend and girlfriend seemed to have something going on between them. She turned on Kelsey for one reason. Yeah, that the wonder whatever it is. Yeah. If Baker ever did this tomorrow, I'd have to travel to Denmark for reasons. Yeah. It's
Baker and I couldn't be married. We're both very against hugs. We both have our personal bubble. It might be the perfect marriage. You live in
if I can
Denmark,
stay in the
I live in
basement and you can stay
America.
on the second floor and we'll meet on the first floor every now and again and have dinner. That'll be perfect. If we believe her, she was about to unalive herself. She was clearly unhinged. John Gary, that's when they come and take the baby from her at night. There's nothing in these texts. The only thing you can interpret in any way suicidal is, I'm going away for a long, long time.
Yeah,
But
that's
she also
what
says, I'm going to my
she
happy place at the land she owns.
Okay, so she does own land. I was gonna ask if that was a euphemism.
That's how I read it. And he also says she's gonna take the baby away to I can't remember how he says it in the text, in the voicemail, but they own some land in New Hampshire or something.
Yeah.
Being a bench trial, a witness is called, or just evidence presented. It's going to be a totally normal trial, but the judge will be the one who will make the decision. So it's just like you had a jury in the room, but instead of a jury to weigh what's proven and not proven, it'll be the judge instead. Yeah, she also said, I will send pictures. So it's not like I'm going to go jump off a cliff.
Yeah. Again, I wonder why protocol wasn't covered. You would think DCYF would be involved. You would think, a lot of things would have been involved.
That's one thing everyone also always say when we talk about it. Why didn't they bring a female officer? Why didn't they bring DCF? Why did they bring Justin and his horrible sister?
Yeah,
and it's yeah. He said that in the phone call. Another state, please stop her. Oh my God, not like that, but same effing thing. Yes, he did say, could you stop her because she's going over state lines? Can't believe Kelsey would even consider sleeping with this beta. He's a weak man. Yuck. Restless mom, I'm going to give you some truths that you, of course, have never, ever heard before. A lot of women chooses the wrong man. I would say 99.99999% of all women has married the wrong man at some point in some argument. They even Mo have told Mr. Mo, I should have taken Bob. At least he knew how to. That argument.
No, but I do wonder how an inside cat like me got married to the human equivalent of aggressively friendly golden retriever. The man came home from the hospital and he's like, let's go to Walmart. I've been in bed too long. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, she probably thought, oh, I can fix this asshole. I'll give him, he's just under mommy's wings, and that's why he's like that.
And then there's the dumb thing that for most people, your life changes when you find out you're going to be a parent. But there are certain people that nothing changes about them. So for most people, when you have that baby and they put that baby in your hands, mom or dad, you will walk through glass for that child. Some people genuinely don't feel that. I don't know how.
That's the thing. I asked my brother, said, hey, did you feel that light switch moment when you saw your baby? No. And I could physically feel a switch being turned on. This is your life now. Fuck all the stupidity you've done. Stop all the drinking. Stop all the fighting. Stop trying to. This is your life. And he's turning 25 this year, so I've been doing good. I'm just going to play you, because you haven't heard this, I'm going to play you the audio. Can you tell me when the Hunter, are you at Hunters? If you still have the text up, can you tell me the time on those texts?
Let's see. Okay, so they are Monday, June 30th at around 2:03. What was the last time he responded back to her? Because then you have those chunk of her just texting at him.
There is a phone call that goes unanswered at 2:04. This one is being picked up at 2:10.
North Andover Police and Fire, your call is being recorded.
Hey, this is Justin again. I'm just calling Lieutenant Whitaker back. I just missed his call, unfortunately.
Yeah, Justin, it's me.
Oh, okay. How you doing, sir? I had a couple quick questions for you again.
Yeah.
So she's messaging me telling me that she's planning on taking the baby up to the land in New Hampshire. Do I have any rights to make sure that she does not leave with that child?
Thank you, Squad Bob.
At this point, I don't think we do. I've spoken to my superior.
Yeah.
Filled him in on everything that we talked about, and we don't really have the right to deny her child.
Do I have any rights as the father to obtain my child since she's had him for several nights now? Do I have any right to, hey, this is the custody, we're both parents here. It's almost my turn to have the kid for the night, so I can know that he's safe and I can go file these after?
Through the police department, no, we don't have that ability. The only way that you would be able to do that if you spoke directly to her and said, you know, I'd like some time with the baby. And if she agrees to that, great. But it sounds like she's probably not going to be. Yeah.
I have my sister who
Hey
had a
there.
quick question for you as well.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of this, and so I'm on the page. We need to get the baby.
Yeah, this beta cock needs his sister to talk for him to the police.
Be out of her hands like now, or something really bad could happen. And I know you guys have talked a bit about this, but I am just wondering, is there any difference if she were to try to take the baby out of the state? Does that go against anything? Because that's what she's threatening with. Does the state matter at all? The state lines?
It really doesn't. It's her child.
It doesn't.
You know.
Okay.
Yeah.
One other question for you, because I think, we're talking about going to the courthouse. How do we, and especially because she is a police officer in this town and everyone talks, and I'm just wondering, if we go file this, how do we, because if she finds out that this is filed before it's being addressed, it's going to end really horribly. So how do we actually ensure, and I guess, do you know anything about that process? Would a police officer come with us or with Justin to the house to get the baby? If this is assuming the custody was ordered, that the restraining order and the custody were ordered, what does that look like? Because we're very worried she'd find out before it could actually take place.
Yeah. So if that's the case, then the way, if an order is granted, they will then email a copy of the order to us for service. So we would serve it and then enforce it. So it would be like, here's your restraining order. Per the order, custody of the child is awarded to Justin. In which case we would have to make arrangements, for him to come take the child.
Okay, so he would not be there when you're presenting that. I mean, this might be an obvious question, I guess, because if he has the restraining order, he shouldn't be there.
Probably not. I mean, we should probably take care of that. It's okay if he wants to be close by, in order to take custody of the child quickly.
Yeah, right.
He could come if he's in town. We could then reach out to him and say, okay, she's been served. You can come pick up the child now.
Okay. One, just to, I guess, make sure, though, because I know you guys will get notified if there is an emergency order put through. She's an officer, of course. What does she have access to see? I'm just, is there a way to flag this directly to, the trusted?
No, when it gets sent to the officer in charge. So nobody sees that except the officer in charge and anyone else who has access to that email, which she does not.
Okay, so that's reassuring. So I'm just trying to make sure there's no chance she could find out before this happens.
Did she catch wind while she was at the police station of anything occurring?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Nope. I didn't want to tip her off and give her the opportunity to do anything rash.
Thank you. All right, officer. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
North Andover Police and Fire, your call is being recorded.
Look at this wonderful family. This is Justin.
Okay.
I think this is Courtney, the one who talked on the phone.
Oh. Is platinum blonde a really big trend in Massachusetts lately?
I don't know, but she's also. I know you do a lot of improv and stuff like that. If you need a guest, you can hire her on exploretalent.com. Oh, this is Ashley. It's not Courtney. It's Ashley. That's the blonde. That's his sister.
You
These
know,
are
I have a
her. Hey, you want to hire me for a movie shoot? Pictures.
you I scared.
I have seen less skin on Tinder.
I'm just afraid because, like, once you, as a woman, I know once you take that first layer of primer, spackle, and rebar off, you have no idea what's under that. You could be going home with Smeagol, allegedly in Minecraft.
This is like Twisted Tragedies when she says, I do a lot of makeup. A lot of people want to know my palette because I'm so great at doing makeup. Everyone loves how I look. All the guys wants me.
Well, you know, see, Mom, there are worse things I could be doing on the internet.
Yeah, it's why this is the big question that everyone probably should yeah, 18 to 29, that's her age.
That's an interesting 18.
I did make a Tinder because Brandon told me so. It got removed. Got banned.
Oh, I hope Brandon's doing okay. I haven't seen him in a while. So.
No, it's been a while. I hope, yeah. I wonder how many casting roles he has auditioned for on that involved a brown leather couch. Isn't it black? Maybe I have my...
I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to figure out. I have a theory with criminal eyebrow shape, and that's at least misdemeanor / felony eyebrow shape.
Yeah, it's but this is Ashley, so that's not the one on the phone. That was allegedly Courtney, but she was threatening the kid really, really bad, as you could hear in those text messages you just read. Very, very threatening towards the kid, and you could just tell her you want to see your kid. She said, "You can come to the house, take care of the kid while I'm at work."
Yeah, again, she's volunteering. She's going to be at work. This seems like Kelsey's giving him every opportunity to, again, what is it you want? Like, if I have to be a single mom, she's ready to woman up and single mom. But what sucks about this is normally you don't get, for these kind of guys, you get this wishy-washy, well, I can't believe you never let me see my kid. And every time you want to let them see their kid, I've got stuff coming up.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
that weekend, that's when we start our annual hockey tournament, so can't do it. Ashley's boyfriend asked if it was her first time. She replied, why does everyone keep asking me that? Thank you, Zach. And aren't I married? No, I'm happily divorced. Ashley doesn't seem like she knows she has a nephew. No, she unless mom and dad told her she has one. I don't think, yeah. But I don't understand, again, why they want to put this in to show her state of mind. She's extremely calm. I would have flipped multiple tables over if you had left me somewhere for 2 hours and then started ghosting me. It would have been a big F you, especially when we now have the phone call, knowing that when she was trying to get in contact and say, why don't you want to see your baby? He was like, oh, I want a restraining order. It's, yeah.
Yeah, and this sounds like, again, Justin doesn't seem to be the one that wants the baby. It does seem more to be his family members. Given, again, just the light reading I've looked at, I mean, he seems not bothered whether he sees his son or not.
No, because the only thing he's worried about is my mom is going to take care of daycare. You want to put a 4-month-old in daycare? Yeah, that's pretty common.
Yeah.
My sister had, I think, 2 months maternity leave in Switzerland. Maybe 4, I can't, but that's common down there. Denmark have different rules, but what do a lady at Walmart do?
Yeah, it's a reality for most people that moms have to go back to work. And yes, they're expensive, but you can find reputable daycares. Just because you send a child to daycare doesn't mean it has to be the cruddiest, grossest, place off the highway.
Oh, this is Courtney. Thank you, Lauren. I have a theory about skinny women.
Okay.
I just think they're extra crazy because they're always hungry.
Was it Jen McCabe? I think you're correct.
I'm just saying every woman who, well, that's not true because Sandra Bullock's body double, she was kind of crazy as well, but she was crazy because Jen McCabe told her to be crazy. So, and I love that she got Timu Melissa McCarthy to play her in the movie instead of Sandra Bullock.
Oh, good night.
Thank you so much. Tons of fun for confirming my rumor that. But I'm just not to bring everything into, but I'm just saying, look at some of the women Aiden has dated. And look at their body fat percentage. I'm just saying the crazy hot scale maybe should have a BMI index to it as well.
Well, the fair thing is that us women, because I know myself, I'm mostly like a dude for 90% of the time. I use logic and reason, but then I get an emotion and both me and Mr. Mo are confused. He's like, I thought you were supposed to whisper all of the secrets of emotion to me. I'm like, dude, I am just as lost as you.
Well, Babs doesn't agree. It's just there's a reason why I am single. Come on now. Clearly it's because I don't understand women's. But reading all of this, listening to these phone calls I listened to yesterday, I understand why you take a bench trial now. Because all of this looks really, really bad, in my opinion, to the alien family. Because they planned it, they set her up. Yeah, I'm just oh, and this is grandmother.
I don't know how the state thinks that makes Kelsey look bad.
That's the grandmother she didn't want.
Bangs are always a choice. Rarely
it's always the wrong
great
choice,
one.
but
I do like that she's keeping the 90s here. I like the claw hammer bang, if I'm going to be honest. It's my favorite bang.
Why is it's 2 different lengths?
Well,
did she do it herself?
The hairdresser sneezed.
Courtney worked for her dad for about a year too, it seems. Oh yeah, this family, you don't know all the backstory. This family is really big into a non-profit that helps people get out of addiction because their kids have addictions. That's how they got started. And one of the things I've learned about non-profit organizations is they are really, really good at milking the system because they learn how to milk the system. So they're probably also really, really good at writing restraining order applications. I can't. Oh my freaking God, Lauren, you are a gift today. Remember those kids we saw before? Remember Ashley? who Zach is right now trying to get into a movie with him. Boom.
Those are what in the Manson lamp? Those eyes need a restraining order all on their own. Also, I am jealous that she can wear that much black eyeshadow and not look like she was in the boxing ring with Mike Tyson, but instead look kind of like she's wearing a superhero mask without the mask. So,
as a world-renowned massage therapist, I have to say, like Mo said, bangs are a choice. So is it called kohl on the eyes? Sometimes you're trying to make that shadow, maybe just take it down a notch. Just maybe 2 notches.
yeah. She's kind of reminding me of the Ninja Turtles, but not in a good way because I'm just imagining her with a bandana over her eyes and this is why.
Thank you, Anime, for another Rumble rant. So we don't get a Lego stream while we wait for jury to render a verdict. No. And there's no S on Lego. A long time since I fired a mod. Might need to do that today. Oh, the smoky eye. Yeah. This looks like the inside of an industrial oven.
Yeah, this is bad.
Is she the one who had the addiction? I think so. I think she was the one who had a little bit of a street product addiction.
So let me get this straight. If I follow the foundation, two parents who both children struggled with addiction are going to help other parents to have children not struggle with addiction.
Well, there's also I don't know what this company does that his dad arbeids. That's Danish. Works for. For more than 3 decades, Doug Alien has helped Meditech forge strong and lasting partnership with customers, a skilled communicator who connects with customers and staff alike. He's equally committed to service excellence and quality solutions. Doug began his Meditech career in 1988. Oh, that's the year after the law that firefighters couldn't smoke was implemented. As an implementation specialist for financial and revenue cycle products, he has held a variety of management positions over the past 30 years. In his current association vice president role, Doug oversees the data intelligence team responsible for CQL programming and BCA business and critical analytics, helping organizations manage big data and support quality metrics and process improvements. What is, let me see what this is.
Oh, it looks like it might be charting software.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a data mine for healthcare companies. So he knows how to work the system as well. Sorry,
your chat is saying that might not be the right
oh, that's not the right one? What? Read your chat. I can't read my chat. This isn't the one with the addiction thing. This is the one with the addiction, I believe. This is Becca Smell Foundation. To fund research, sponsor community education, and advocate for policies that protect and support the well-being of adolescents and youth adults. That's him, I
Okay.
believe. So this is the the non-profit. Oh, Smackshot Assault. Oh, our volunteer team.
I wonder what their profit breakdown is, because a lot of these foundations, and I'm not stating that this one is like that, but a lot of foundations, donations go to administrative costs versus the end, kind of place.
I think in most of them, it's somewhere up to 85% will go to administrations. But volunteer teams, policy team, Lisa, Alien. So probably well connected in.
You would think any sort of even tangential connection to, again, even if, let's say Kelsey is, adjudicated guilty, this is still something that most nonprofits would not like to be associated with. So I'm surprised they still have her name on outward facing, media, at least until the case dies down.
Yeah, it's especially because it's become a social media storm. I love these three looks like normal, and she just looks like as a world-renowned massage therapist, I can say it. She looks like a mattress actress.
I feel bad for her because she, objectively has a very, very attractive figure. And there's a way to be classy and smexy and not look trashy. And she could look very elegant. She could look sexy and not look, because it just looks cheap in my opinion. But I'm not a girl fashionista most times. So who knows? Maybe this is classy.
When you see the sister in the pantsuit, I would say, oh, she's also pretty, but well put together. This one looks like in 4 hours, she will be missing a heel. She will have half a bottle of Don Julio, and she has 2 DNA samples inside her. She can't remember who gave it to her.
Baker, I need one person who also has to do this at the Cupid Shuffle. The only thing is I will be sober and she will not be, but I need a friend on the Cupid Shuffle. I'm just saying.
Oh, one girl is the foster daughter, probably a blonde. It's yeah.
Science.
Pantsuit looks like a diva type. The other one looks like everyone's type for about 10 minutes. A lot of misogyny in this chat today.
Yep.
No, the foster daughter is a little kid. Okay, yeah, I thought they had a small kid still. She'll probably have fun. Penella, she'll have fun, but she will also do the walk of shame in the morning, thinking, what house did I leave my pants at?
Yeah. And there's no underoos lines on that red dress, so I think
here you can have invisible pants on.
Yeah, but usually people don't size those correctly, so you can see an indent, at least where the undies are. I don't know why I felt it was appropriate for me to search that out, but, for misogyny.
Helping me being a massage therapist.
Well, as a female, I figured I could look and...
Mama, as I mentioned every time I cover it, this is a rumor that we can't confirm. It has been mentioned on Jess Machado's, and then Melanie Little used that to mention it on her chat as well, because Jess Machado said she had heard it from a family member or a friend of the family. And now it's become a thing that everyone talks about it, but there has been no confirmation at all, other than Jess Machado mentioned it at one of her shows, and then Melanie mentioned it after, and that's where it started going out there. So I don't know who Jess talked to. I can't confirm it. I haven't seen any filings. I haven't heard anything other than that. So you'll have to ask Jess who she talked to, because that's what I always say. I can't. I don't. I will say I have no knowledge about it. My poll ended up: does these texts show her state of mind, and why she pew-pewed Noonan? 92% says no, out of 500 votes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I will say that having read those, you can tell that, again, she is overwhelmed. You can tell that him not responding is really, really hurting her. But
Yeah.
she goes on to say as much. It doesn't say, if you don't answer me, I'll do something to myself or someone else. It doesn't say, I will start tearing up your stuff. She literally says in the text, okay, I looked through my disgusting bag and found all your stuff. I'll put it on the front yard.
Yeah, and she doesn't say, okay, if you don't want to come see us, we'll just leave. You'll never see us again. And you will be sorry when you finally find us, or something like that, that a little more emotional woman probably could have said, oh man. But there's nothing in this. There's a threat to the kid. There's nothing in this. There's a threat to Justin. She's begging him, why won't you come see your baby? Come see him smile. Come be with us. It's our house. It's our family. Even after a weekend where one of these hacks apparently threw something in her bag that ruined her clothes, he is still begging him to come home.
Well, that, and she also didn't say anything. I don't know why they are also upset that she's going to New Hampshire. Again, she didn't say, I'm going to leave and not tell you. She told him exactly where she was going.
Yeah.
And it's not like the police aren't without the ability to call a local police, station in the New Hampshire area and have them do a welfare check if there really is a severe warning or worry about the child.
I had no no indication when I read these texts that she was about to pull out anything and go ham. Her having a sudden mental crisis is way more in line with what the action she actually does, in my opinion.
Yeah. And I can see I'm at the end of my rope. I've been waiting at a park. I finally go home. I'm confronted with the fact that not only is the man I thought I loved conspiracying with his family to get my baby, but he is now in my home threatening to take my baby. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that being a breaking point.
Yeah, I'm
Because not
just
only
I'm just it first it was because of anger. Now it was because she heard Justin's voice. Now it's because of the text messages. There's nothing in this that shows anything. But I think we're going to call it a day. It's been 3 wonderful hours of Kelsey Fitzsimmons. We now know it's going to be a bench trial starting Monday, 9 a.m. Go the full week, full days. Not like Bev, who needed to go and tank a little bit. It's probably not going to be the world's longest case. Probably going to be a couple of days. We'll keep our eyes out. If you go to my Discord, you will be able to find all the stuff that we find. So you can read it for yourself in the privacy of your own home if you need to listen to it without our stupid takes on it. Mo, thank you a million that you were willing to come on and run the show now. NBC 10 is geo-locked. If you don't have anything next week, you want to stop by?
Yeah, that would be great because, yes, this is such an odd thing, and it's so incredibly horrifying to realize that this could have happened outside the view of anyone. Kelsey could be going through this all alone, and if not, for some really diligent people sharing the word and Baker sharing this with me and it going, to other people, she wouldn't have the support she had. So I'm glad that she does have that support.
Everyone, please go show Mo a little love as well. He was the reason why it happened today. thank the mods because they're always so great at finding all the stuff. Again, I've sent the text messages to people. If anyone else, you mod for someone who needs them or anything, let us know. We'll make sure to get it to you or to your creator, because I think it really rams a big old stake through the whole, oh, she was absurdly enraged that day, and just hearing his voice set her off.
Yeah, that doesn't. No, I mean, allegedly, my texts to Mr. Mo when he doesn't pick up his daggone phone are worse.
I could understand how he might. I'm just going to go back to Walmart.
Yeah.
So, everyone, have a wonderful day. I'll be going back to the insulin tomorrow because this took a little longer than I expected. See you all down the road.
I go, what the hell's this?
And they came right on in?
Yeah, they came right around, yeah, you know. Uh-huh.
I'm sorry, sir.